Hey Google.
Hey Alexa.
Hey Siri.
Hey Matty, fire up the Mayaraki podcast.
Welcome back to the Mayaraki podcast. This episode is coming to you from Mayaraki Podcast Studio on Yugambeh Country. I'm Matt Cabosso, and I'm a proud new knuckle man. Today's guest, bear with me guys, I'm on my phone already. It's not a good start. This guest has achieved and had a lot of testing times without her life and her career. She is a ex-Queensland Police?
Yeah.
Yep, ex-Queensland Police service woman. Is that what you call yourself?
As a police officer.
Police officer, yep. She has also travelled from Australia back to New Zealand in a boat during COVID because she couldn't get back to family. She has done a Muay Thai fight in the ring. Is that correct?
It is, yeah.
And heaps of other stuff, but I'll let her talk about that when we get to it. She's struggled with a bit of stuff in her life and she's here today to talk about it. Kate Barrell,
Yep.
Welcome to the Mayaraki podcast.
Thank you.
You're, I never knew who you were until a week ago, and now you're sitting on the couch.
Crazy stuff.
And I only just met you.
That's it.
How do you feel?
Yeah, good.
You good?
Good.
Nervous? A little bit nervous?
Maybe. We'll settle into it.
Nothing to be nervous about. We'll have a bit of fun. We'll get pretty serious. We'll
Fun's
talk
good.
about, fun. There'll be some fun questions in there.
Yeah.
This podcast is about talking about people's lives, people that have struggled through stuff,
Yeah.
people
Awesome.
that have had challenges. There's plenty we can talk about. This can go for as long or as short as you want to.
Yep.
If you ever need to go to the toilet or do anything, just let me know. I'll pause the cameras, pause the recording.
Easy.
And drinking your coffee, you might need to do something.
Yeah, well, police bladders are pretty firm though, so.
Lovely. I start every podcast with a mental health check.
Yep.
How is your mental health today, and have you ever struggled with it?
Mental health today is brilliant.
Lovely.
But previously, yes, massive struggles, and that was sort of around the time when I was policing.
Okay.
And essentially ended up being medically discharged from the police
Wow.
because of severe PTSD.
Oh, good.
And that was just basically the combination and all the traumatic jobs and
Yep.
and so forth that you're confronted with on a daily basis, and it just all compounded. And
It does.
in the end, it was like, if you imagine you're a cup,
Yep.
and every time something happens,
It overflows.
just a little bit more goes in until the point that there's no more space. And,
Yep.
and that's pretty much what happened to me. It was literally like that.
How many
So,
years were you in the force?
I joined in 2011, and they discharged me in 2017.
So 6 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, wow.
yeah. So
Were you just general duties?
I
or
was
did
general
you-
duties initially, and it was all here on the Gold Coast.
Okay.
Had the opportunity to work the G20 up in Brisbane, which was awesome.
Yep.
That was a pretty cool experience. And
That would have been.
and then I spent sort of a year in like a crime team, and that's that was a little unit of 8 of us, and
Nice.
a lot of focus on sort of drugs and more of that dynamic. And
You would have seen a bit.
yeah, oh look, to be fair, it's a job where I mean,
The Gold Coast is known for it, let's be honest.
Gold Coast is out the gate, like you, and that's even just frontline, like day to day stuff.
Yeah.
And even if you're sitting in a station and people come into the counter, it's
Yeah.
you know, every day you think, man, I've seen it all,
Right.
and the next day something else happens, and half of it you couldn't make it up if you tried. Like
Yeah,
honestly,
right.
there's some like there's a lot of cool times, there's a lot
Yeah.
of hard times, and there's a lot of stuff that really does take a toll.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, definitely.
You know, unfortunately for me, it did at the time. But,
Yeah.
yeah. Like
Did
I
you
said,
enjoy your time there, though, until it got too hard?
mixed bag?
Yeah.
And it's a funny one because it was something I'd always wanted to do my whole life. I wanted
Yeah.
to be a cop because
Something I'd like to have done
you
too.
watch on TV and it's just so dynamic and fast paced, and it's this big brotherhood that you think everyone's got your back, and
Yeah.
you're going to save the world and you're going to change everyone's life that you see. And I went into it honestly believing I was going to change lives, and
Yeah.
like it was this big blue family, and within a week, and it was one of the most sort of surreal moments, and it was literally on the road. I'd only been out of the academy less than a week.
Yeah, wow.
I can't even remember the job. It was sort of a public interaction, but it just hit me like a ton of bricks that,
Okay.
wow, like I'm really not going to make any difference out here on the streets. And it was,
Yeah, right.
it was just a kick to the soul and just the oof. And,
Fuck.
you know, very quickly within a handful of months, you know, this
Yeah.
is not a brotherhood. Like most of the people you work with, or a lot of people you work with, will throw you under the bus as quick as they can
right.
blink to get that progression. There's some amazing people that I worked with along the way,
Yeah.
and fantastic people that are really good operators, trustworthy, and you want to know that they've got your back out there and that
Yeah,
you can
definitely.
trust them if stuff goes bad.
Yeah.
But there's also a heck of a lot that it's an attitude thing, like maybe they were picked on at school. I don't know. That
Yeah.
the uniform becomes a power trip for them, but
A lot of them have that. Hey?
the distrust and the backstabbing and just it's a really toxic culture.
Yeah.
So it's not that brotherhood. There's a
That's
lot
pretty
of
sad, isn't it?
It is, and there's a lot of bed hopping and a lot of infidelity and
Bed hopping.
it was
You mean by like sleeping with?
totally like
Yeah,
you know,
right.
married couples, and
Fuck off.
there was one couple where one of the stations I was at, you know, one
I
of
bet you
the
didn't say
main
which one.
seniors,
Yeah.
senior officers there, with sort of a middle ranking
Yeah.
junior officer, both of them married, and they got
sake.
caught on CCTV, and one
At
of
the
the
station.
down on the street, and they cancelled cameras
Oh God.
where
Then it reported back to the police station.
that we could see it, because you can see the CC cameras live and CCTV
Wow.
cameras live, and we're like, I mean, you knew it was going on, but it got to
They
that's
didn't
how.
hide it.
So,
Wow.
but it was funny one day because my husband's also a police officer,
Yeah.
and he joined the year after me, and at one point we were both at the same station, and he was quite new, and we lived in the area that we policed. So we're walking around one day, both of us on days off, and
Rumours
just
started.
we were holding hands, you know, just husband and wife
Yeah.
doing, just sort of strolling, having
Of
a
course.
nice coffee,
Yeah.
breakfast, and someone from the station had seen us. They knew who I was,
Didn't know who he
but
was.
wasn't aware of who he was. And then he was at the station or we were both there in uniform,
Yeah.
different shifts. And this person had seen us, and the rumour started, I'll see that guy there. He's having an affair with her. Not knowing we were
God.
husband and wife, but then also you've got that side of gossip.
Yeah,
that
of course, it blows
if
out.
it didn't come back to us that way, you can imagine
Oh,
hang
yeah.
on, what's going on? So, but, dodgy as, but yeah, look, out on the streets, as I said, there were some good people. You got to know people who got your back, but you know, there were some shifts you're happy to see who you're working with, others not so much.
And you can't hide from them.
You can't hide from it. And I've been left in critical situations where my partner's frozen and stood there,
Yeah,
a male
wow.
partner as well, while I'm on the ground fighting for
Not good.
survival.
Not good at all.
But that's
What
it.
do you remember what your first shift was like?
Vaguely.
Yeah.
I was really lucky. I had because the first 8 weeks, and I'm assuming they still do it, like
Yep.
the first 8 weeks you have out of the academy, you have a field training officer.
Yes.
So it's the person that you have 1 or 2 people,
Yep.
4 weeks each or 8 weeks, and that person just basically guides you and mentors you
Lovely.
the whole way. So I was incredibly fortunate. I probably had one of the best field training officers you could
Nice.
get. He was so patient, had so much knowledge, and just a really just smooth operator. Nothing fazed him. So when you're out, you're so nervous and
Yeah, of course.
and you're making mistakes all the time.
Yeah.
But he left you feeling it's okay, it's all right, and he just gently built your confidence up, gently put you not necessarily in the deep end, but he pushed you
yeah.
to learn and to experience. And the ironic thing now is he was also my husband's field training officer a year
wow.
later, and now they're both sergeants together at the same station.
Wow,
So,
that's amazing. So
and
he's obviously
still
a
to
good
this
person.
day, he's still a really good operator, and
That's amazing.
just the same. So,
So he's a mate now as well? Or they just,
absolutely. Like he's someone
Yeah.
you would always have a coffee with. He's someone
lovely.
who would always
that's so special.
give you the time of day. So,
But they're not all like that.
hey, it's,
I'll say it, you don't need
you
to.
you can't always pick and choose, can you? So
Well, there's fuckwits in any fucking...
there is, and you know, for me, I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
the policing seems to have more than their fair share. And
Yeah, okay.
it's an interesting dynamic because going through you have all this psychometric testing and so forth, and policing's a real sort of societal thing where you need to be able to engage with the public. You've got to be able to talk to people, and it surprises me when you see so many going through, even like through the academy. When I did it, I think it was 7 months worth.
Yeah, okay.
And my intake, there was maybe 120 odd people.
Wow.
And you're looking around and you're with these people every single day for 7 months. And some of them you're like, how are you even here? Like you can't talk to people. You're rude. You're aggressive. You're
not going to work
timid.
out
You're
there.
meek. And it's quite hard because you go to jobs where you need to de-escalate and you need to bring, like, tensions are really high and someone might be extremely agitated.
You've got to be the calming
and you
influence.
need someone that can come in and, you know, even if it's a male-female policing pair, I might not be the right person for it. It might be you as a male that has to step in and bring it down, or, you know, vice versa. But some people, you go there and straight away they're just head first in, and it's already close to 100 and they just amp it up another level, and it's like, okay, if you just...
if you actually assess the situation.
Yeah, and there's a lot of it that's not, and there just seems to be a lot of ego in the job. And even now over the years, I'm out, I haven't been in for a while, but I still have a ton of contact with mates I went through and people I work with, and
nothing's changed. A
big circle of police friends who are still there. And it's even like the ones that are coming through are sort of more authoritarian and it's almost like they're, I don't know.
They're just trying to shape them into who they want to be.
I think there's not a lot out there that have a mind of their own that are able to sort of read a situation. Like I said, there's still the good ones that are there, but not as many as there used to be, because also a lot of the good ones, they've just seen the writing on the wall and they're leaving in numbers that they just simply can't replace.
So sad.
It's scary.
And it's only going to get worse.
100 times worse. And the reality of what's actually happening in terms of the attrition rate and the numbers dropping off is so much worse than what they're saying.
It's not good.
That's not
good at all.
Yeah. And they've had
fucked.
to drop the standards so low to get people in as well.
Yeah.
And then they
because there's less people applying.
There's less people and the quality's far less. And,
not good at all.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be laughing, but it's
well,
true.
if you don't laugh, you're going to cry.
It's so true. So true. I had a deep question to start with.
Go for it.
Excuse me. What's your purpose in life?
Purpose in life. Wow, that's
very deep.
That's really deep. And, you know, it's something I've mulled on for a long time. And along the way, you know, policing, Wonder Woman, you know, I really, because I loved Wonder Woman as a kid.
Yeah, well, we all did, didn't we? I thought she was attractive too.
She was.
She still is.
I desperately tried to spin as a kid to see. That's stuff. I'll just try that bit harder. But look, throughout my life, it's always been everything I sort of dabbled in has been in one way or another helping others, and jobs where I worked both, like originally from New Zealand, but I worked both in New Zealand and overseas, like in America, and that working with intellectually and physically disabled people.
Yeah, nice.
And I loved that. Absolutely loved it. It was so much fun. And that gave you a real sense of sort of fulfillment and knowing you could help. And then you've got your policing and different types of coaching. And so everywhere I sort of turned to, teacher aiding even, helping kids with behavioural and learning problems. It's always been in service to others. So I guess my purpose in one way or another, whether it's working with top athletes, whether it's working with disabled people, whether it's just Joe Blogs on the street, I get the most satisfaction out of
helping
where I can help others.
Yeah, lovely.
Helping someone with their groceries to the car.
Yeah.
I guess that's it. That's a deep question.
It's only one of a fair few I'm going to ask.
Yeah.
You're getting a little bit emotional too. I feel.
No, it's just, it's a good feeling. It's like as you sit and mull on it, it's like, it's actually the more I can help others, the better life feels. Yeah,
it does. So, but it also takes a toll on you when you're helping others consistently.
Yeah, and that, to be fair, that's something I've sort of learned over the years.
I'm still learning.
Well, do you know?
I'm the exact same person.
I think the day you stop learning or you think you know it all,
Yeah.
you're pretty much done.
Yeah,
because,
exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, I think, in any aspect, no matter what you're proficient in, and even like a top athlete. My husband played international sport.
Yeah, he did.
I did sort of national level sport.
Yeah.
But you're always seeking that better performance, that better result, that better outcome from last time, or just something where you can, the opposition, how can I be better next time? What can I do? And if you're not always striving to be better, and it's even if you had a sort of pretty rough day and maybe I was a bit short with that person, or maybe I could have handled that situation better.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you try and improve? And because at the end of the day, you're bettering yourself. It's your life becomes easier.
Yes.
When you can acknowledge, and
Yeah.
sometimes the ego gets in the way, and it's like, well, that wasn't my fault, and apologising can be tricky. I mean, I'm not wrong that often, but
Ever.
But yeah, like admitting fault and admitting, okay, I could have been better.
Yeah. I'm a big bad for always trying to help others and always putting people first. Like I'm a Pisces, so I don't know if that's part of it as well, but I'll forever put everyone first, and it affects my health sometimes too, like because I'm constantly just helping and not actually focusing on myself.
Yeah, and look, I get that. And a big part of that through the PTSD, because I was pretty unwell for a good year and a half.
Not
and
good.
It even affected my physical coordination, everything.
Wow.
Just inability to read and dexterity and cognition. It was just a full nervous system
That's
had just
crazy.
completely cracked. But a part of that sort of coping with the mental health aspect of it.
Yeah.
Because when you break, when you're an achiever, like you, because I was academic at school, I was an A student, I was in the sort of the accelerate class, and
Lovely.
I had older brothers who were both really good athletes.
Yep.
They excelled in golf and cricket and rugby and
Nice.
squash. So they were just top level athletes.
Yep.
And so I'm always trying to emulate them and push myself hard to keep up with them. And,
Yeah, of course. Very competitive.
yeah, and like our whole family is competitive. Like even if we're going to have a game of snakes and ladders,
I'm the
I have to
same.
beat you. I have to
hate
beat
losing.
you, and it doesn't matter what it is. I have to win.
Yeah.
But when you, for me, and I'm talking for me here,
Yeah. I'm the same person.
that when you give,
Yeah.
I think maybe you're a little bit more vulnerable because you have that natural empathy that comes with
Spot
it
on.
anyway. Like you care about other people, you care about animals. I'd save every animal in the world if I could,
Amy's the
sort of
exact
thing.
same, yep.
Dogs especially. But you tend to focus, and this is what I found for me, is I started focusing on what I could do for you and how could I help you, because by doing that I didn't have to focus on where I was hurting.
Correct.
And it was easy to bury it because facing what was going on with me was too hard and too painful. And someone really relevant in my life actually pointed out one day, and I was coaching a whole bunch of people, getting amazing results, and just a couple of them were sort of struggling, and then it was okay, you need to do this and this and this. And they were, and I was turning it around, and they said to me, hey, why are you not applying that to yourself? And it was just, well,
Big
that's a
wake-up
mirror
call.
I didn't actually need
No.
turn back on me. And
Keep it on
that,
yourself.
that was really hard because that sat with me for quite a long time, that comment. And it was like,
Amy uses that on me all the time.
they're right. And
makes me feel like shit in a way.
well, it does, because
I don't want to hear it.
you don't want to hear it, but all my focus on you means I don't have to focus on me. But while
Spot
I'm
on.
doing that, I'm actually going downhill to the point where that straw will break that camel's back. And then it takes so much courage to address it. And, being an athlete in that, you're strong. You have to be mentally strong anyway to cope with the stresses of competition,
Correct.
to cope with the stresses of, high pressure situations where it's all on the line. If it's a final or the outcome determines whether you get to make the next team or go somewhere. But even policing, like you have to make decisions, and it's life or death decisions.
Yes.
So there's always something really critical at stake.
Yeah.
And when that's all your focus, like you said, it's easy to just miss what's going on with
Yeah.
you. And that's the one thing I've learned now. And it's taken a long time to get there, a lot of wrong turns, like so many wrong turns.
You've done 17 U-turns and gone back around.
And then some. Change vehicles and,
Broken down.
it's your fault. And, like every form of deflection you can imagine,
Yeah, of
because
course.
facing truth and reality about yourself
Yeah.
is 100 times harder. And one of
It
the
is.
biggest things that probably really made me stop was, and even now this sort of like, this affects me, this sign is the self-talk for me. And it's still a process, like that side in the head, like you're useless, you're this, and policing, like I was a good cop. I was the one that was always in danger. And all of a sudden I'm more broken than even the worst operators out there. So what does that say about me? I'm hopeless. I can't do it. You're just, and for a year, just with that alone, not counting other phases of life, just this constant worthless, useless, hopeless,
Self-doubt.
you're pathetic.
Yeah.
And every day, over and over and over, if you
Broken.
heard somebody talking to another person like that, you would never let it stand.
No, not at all.
So why is it okay to talk to yourself like that? It's not. And that to me is sort of one of the main little, I guess, phrases in my head. Hang on a minute. You would not stand for anyone else talking like that, and you wouldn't talk to somebody else like that.
Yeah.
So the one person who needs it the most, you're treating the worst. So,
have you changed that mindset now?
Yeah,
Are you still struggling a little bit with it? Or?
Well, I wouldn't say struggling, but every now and then you might catch yourself.
Self-doubt
and then
and
it's
stuff.
like, now I'm good. Like, hang on, no, not okay. And even if it's just reminding yourself, hey, you've actually done all right. And you can, the mantra over and over is actually really powerful.
It
and
is.
because the brain doesn't know any different.
No.
And even if you don't believe it, if you keep telling yourself, I'm good, I'm capable, and I'm doing okay today, even if it's just a really sort of mild little statement, but a positive one, sooner or later, the more you say it, the more it imprints in there.
Yes.
But the more your day starts to mold around that.
Yeah.
And it's hard, it takes practice, but as an athlete and as someone who is high achieving, you practice, you train, you
have to.
You train to get your craft as good as you possibly can, because you want to be the best.
Correct.
And if you're captain of a team, you're not put in that position for fun.
No, not at all.
You're put in that position because you can be trusted and you lead by example. And you've obviously got an amazing subset of skills that makes you the right person for the job. So we do the physical, we do the training, we do all that. Why are we not training the most important part of it all? Because without that, nothing works. And if we can get that right, but that, for me, it was letting go of so much ego and pride. And underneath all that was a lot of hurt and damage that I didn't actually realise was there.
Do you feel that you had that pressure from a young age and it came through, or?
The pressure came from me. It never came from my family. My upbringing was phenomenal. And like at one point, this is in my younger years, I was swimming, I was playing netball, basketball, I was dancing, doing tap dancing, jazz, and cricket. So plus I was also doing harriers, like running. So, my poor parents had with 3 children and all us 3 kids were all
very well,
heaps and heaps of different sports, but their whole lives, and they both worked full time. And their lives were just spent ferrying us, taxiing us from code to code to code to code. And,
crazy.
But at no point were they like, you have to train, you have to do this. They'd drop you off at training, they'd pick you up, they'd be there at your competitions, they'd be supporting for you, they were your biggest cheerleaders. But that at one point I remember my mum saying to me, like, because there was just so much on the plate and nothing to do with her, trying to juggle. She just said to me, look, you need to pick 2 or 3 things because it's getting too hard for you. And
the stress on your body.
I think
everything.
deep down I knew. But so the pressure, absolutely, I couldn't have asked for a better, more supportive environment. And they're doing the same now with all our children. They go to every game the kids play and they're their biggest cheerleaders and have been all along. So
good.
But the pressure came from
yourself,
from myself, and trying to be better than my brothers. And
Of course. You want to be the best.
but then that competitive nature, I want to beat you. I have to beat you. And I hated the feeling of losing. I still do. So it's
crazy.
Congratulations.
I'm the same.
I'm really happy for you. And
I'll beat you next time.
I was a humble winner.
Okay.
And that was instilled in me through my parents and my family. And you're allowed to celebrate your successes, but you couldn't make someone else feel stink for winning. So
I'm a bit like that, but I'll also let you know that we beat you, or I'll beat you too.
100%. 100%.
It'll be those slight little jabs that
the sledging,
I'm a wicketkeeper in cricket as well.
Well, my brother was it too.
So that's where you talk the most shit behind the stumps, get in that batter's head.
It's like the old halfback in rugby.
Yeah,
the halfback in rugby. So just that constant chirp.
Yeah. What's one quote you live by? You can give me a few if you want.
I don't necessarily live by quote. One. It's sort of more, even like what we were talking about before, but that's taken a long time to get to is, you've got to take care of yourself first.
Of course.
Before you can help anyone else. It's like in a plane crash, you got to put your life jacket on first or you get all your mask before you can help others.
Yeah, spot on.
So that to me is now probably so poignant, so crucial, where I spent my whole life trying to help everybody.
Yeah.
But my husband, his one thing that he goes by, and I think this is just incredible, and I said it before that he's played sport internationally. He's always been a really high achiever, whatever his career industry. He's always climbed the top.
Okay.
And the only time success comes before work is in the dictionary.
Okay.
So
yeah, right.
And
so
everything he's done, he's worked. He's put in 10 times more work than what anyone else ever has, and as a result, he's got the next step up or the position or anything. And he's faced a heck of a lot of challenges in his life, and academically he has dyslexia, and reading and writing's really hard. Like, he's incredibly intelligent, and you know that when you talk to him and you see how he operates
straight
and
away.
Teaches others and coaches. His mind is so sharp.
Yeah.
But he had to spend 20 hours writing a paper instead of you or me having to spend an hour.
Yeah.
And so,
but he's all right with it now, or he's still struggling a bit?
But
he struggled for a long
time. But that just
time.
shows like the work he puts in.
Yeah.
Where he gets the results because he put the work in. He didn't get someone else to do it for him. He's like, no, I want to do it myself. So to me, if you're prepared to work, if you're prepared to do what it takes, the only thing holding you back is you.
Yeah, so true.
And you actually see that all the time in sports and work and just life in general.
Yeah.
So
here's a deep question again for you.
Yeah, here we go.
Who is Kate Barrell?
Ooh, she's complex. She's
there's no right or wrong answer.
No, she's a chameleon. She's spent her whole life, not necessarily chameleon, but just changing and trying to find her way in life and stepping into new rooms and pathways and thinking this was it, and no, it's not. Trying to find something else. So I'm someone that's always seeking, and I think I'm still yet to find that.
Seek.
I'm still seeking. But I'm okay searching for it.
Yeah.
I'm not satisfied with just being. That's not enough for me.
Okay. How do you get that? How do you get what you're seeking?
I think you've got to keep looking. You've got to keep looking, and even like when I had that PTSD, I did everything right because, as I said, I was banned from driving because I'd have these blackouts where I couldn't.
Yeah, wow.
I couldn't even find my house one day. I was driving along and I drove into the wrong street in the panic, and it was like I literally don't know where I live. And
wow.
I'd have these where you're driving along, and all of a sudden, the snap of a fingers, it's like I don't know what road I'm on. I don't know where I am. I don't even know why I'm in the car, and that was terrifying. And you're driving along, and I drove through red lights, and I can remember saying to the doctor, I literally don't know what I'm doing. And he's like, no more driving.
You didn't have some bad accidents.
Massive. And So things
Being
like
an
that,
ex-police officer too.
because you become a good driver,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
of
driver
course.
training, but through that there was so much going wrong, and the dexterity, and I had the shakes, and my resting pulse for over a year was in excess of 100
Wow.
because the nervous system was just jacked.
racing, yeah.
And I remember one day I couldn't even remember how to make a cup of coffee. And it's like, here I am, this supposed high IQ, high achieving, can do anything. I can do house renovations. I can, I can do anything. And all of a sudden I can't even remember how to make a cup of coffee. And the utter despair and hopelessness and frustration. And didn't matter how hard you tried, you couldn't, you couldn't change it. So
that's crazy.
For me, like I did everything they wanted me to do, where I saw the doctors, I saw the psychiatrist, I took the medication.
Yeah.
And I did that religiously for a year because I desperately wanted to be well. And after 12 months, I'm like, I'm sicker than I've ever been. I'm angrier than I've ever been. Like I had this uncontrollable rage that just gripped me and really consumed me. And I'm like, this isn't working. How can this be right? And then so I took myself off my meds without any, stopped seeing all the doctors and psychiatrists. And this is not medical advice, by the way. This is just something I felt I had to do for me.
Yeah. A lot of people do it though.
Yeah. And like I hadn't consulted with anybody. I just, for me, I knew within, myself. So for anybody else, you just do what
works for you. Yeah.
What works for you. And if that means staying with your doctor or seeking proper advice, please do that. Like I said, this is just what worked for me. So I took myself off absolutely everything because this hadn't worked. This is what the experts told me would happen, and it didn't. And then I just went on almost maybe 10 months sort of personal crusade, just seeking an answer. And I tried everything from acupuncture to Reiki to kinesiology to spiritual cleansings because I was so desperate for an answer or a solution. And I eventually got there in the end. And it happened really quickly. And
may I ask what worked?
Yeah, it was, I
know what worked, but
it was like
the listeners,
just a form of kind of like a form of hypnosis.
Yes,
called timeline therapy, and I had one session. One session, and overnight. For the first time in about 3 years, it was the first time I slept through the night.
Wow.
And then the next day, I had to go and drive somewhere, and like driving was not a pleasant experience with me because the rage and the anger, my rage was uncontrollable with this. It's extreme anger. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're sweet.
But I couldn't even go 100 metres without
blowing
the road rage. And
it
didn't matter if you were 5 kilometres too slow, if you were pulled out in front of me, like just the volcano, the eruption inside and the rage. And I'd be so triggered, just absolutely agitated. And it was literally a 5-minute drive.
Yeah.
And there were 2 or 3 things that happened on that drive, and this is the following day after the timeline therapy that would have sent me through the roof, triggered the shit out of me, and didn't trigger me. So I'm like,
I'm alright,
that's weird. Okay.
What's
and
going on?
Then something else happened. I'm like, hang on a minute, something's, And so for the whole day, there were a bunch of things that would have really stirred me and just sent me through, and I wasn't reacting, and this is weird. And then I slept again.
What was that feeling like? It was
scary.
To,
it was really scary because it had been sort of almost 2 years of just absolute
agony.
And
sorry to put a word in.
No, that perfectly sums it up. Of just extreme rage. And I always used to say that it always felt like inside of me.
Yeah.
This vice. There was a vice that would sit there and it would squeeze, and it was just
wring your fucking
pure
guts.
rage.
Yeah, wow.
Just absolute rage, and where I just
wanted to bash every time.
And that's when Muay Thai was really, that's how that came in. This vice was there, and it was just always squeezing me in this rage and just desperately wanting to.
Amazing.
It's just such a bizarre feeling. And then, my sleep every night for a couple of years was just horrific nightmares every night without fail, and I maybe only get 2 to 3 hours of broken sleep a night.
Fuck.
My poor husband would cop it because I'd wake up in the night,
Then
I'd be
he'd get
sweating, I'd
woken
be
up.
attacking him
Yeah.
in my sleep,
Fuck.
like total slasher dreams, and there was nothing I could do
He's
to
a big
stop it.
bloke.
Yeah, oh man, like what he obviously went through.
Yeah.
Watching his wife having
Yeah.
to do that,
And he
the
couldn't do anything about it.
Couldn't do anything, but then I'm attacking him in my sleep, and he's waking up with sort of claw marks and that,
Fuck.
and
Not good claw marks, are they?
no, they're not good ones. Yeah, sort of. So it was.
Take it out of what you will.
Yeah. Hey, we're only human, right?
Correct. I told you we'll have fun.
Yeah, he's not too shabby either. So, but being able to go from that, 2 days of I'm not triggered.
Yeah,
and then
crazy.
2 nights of sleeping, and it was a really unsettling feeling because there was this big part of me that, oh my gosh, this is just
working.
something that was such a benign experience, that timeline therapy, and it only took 20 minutes, and I didn't have to talk or do anything.
Yeah. Can I ask what's involved? I think I've heard. I've definitely heard of it. Is it?
Yeah.
And I'll ask you the question. You can tell me if I'm incorrect.
Yeah.
Is it when they like do the shock through like your brain, and it's like not even like an electrical? Well, I think it. I've heard that they shock through your head, put these things on your head, and then is this
No,
what it is? No.
Okay. It's and I
Have you
actually
heard
did
of that
this.
treatment before? It's like
Vaguely, but don't
Yeah.
really know much about
Yeah, okay.
it. The timeline therapy it's, and I did it via Zoom.
okay. Wow. Fuck
So
off.
I was in one city, someone else, and
Crazy.
I actually went and learnt this trade. So I
Okay.
learned how to do the timeline therapy and the hypnosis because
Yeah.
it was so massive for me.
Yeah.
But basically, I just give you a scenario, like you just imagine a timeline, just
Yeah.
a little line,
Yeah.
and it's just a scenario in your head, and then somebody just talks you through little steps, and you just imagine something. That's all you're doing is imagining
That thing over and over.
that you're
again.
on this timeline, and you're not going into the trauma, you're not going into grief, you're not sitting there when they say, now, how did that make you feel? There's nothing like that.
Okay.
It's literally just playing out in your mind's eye.
Yeah.
And I had one session of this, and I'd
Crazy.
say instantly, or within that 24-hour period, and this is where it gets crazy too, like for the rest of the day, I had one of the worst headaches I've ever had in my life.
Fuck.
But I could feel for 3 or 4 hours on my head like this, my brain pulsing, and
Wow.
it was like finger tapping inside my brain. Like the
Bizarre.
headache was crazy, but it was everything obviously firing.
Fuck.
And so worst headache, went to sleep, had the best sleep I'd had in years and years
Yeah,
and years,
wow.
and then woke up without the triggers, and
Fuck.
70-80% instantly cured like that.
Did
And
you ever? I know you said you only had one.
I
but
had a couple more
Yeah.
sessions, and then the cool thing is, this is where it gets really cool, is I went and learned the trade maybe not quite a year later.
Okay.
And through the training, you redid it over and over and over. So
Made your body and mind.
it was just incredible.
Crazy.
What happened. And yeah, for those few days after I did it and the triggers weren't there, like each day it was like I was still really on edge because I'm waiting
Of
for that
course.
trigger to set
Yeah.
me off, because that's all I'd known
Yeah,
for
yeah,
a year and a half.
Yeah.
And then as each day went by, I'm still not reacting, and I was just probably took a week or so, a couple of weeks for me to fully sort of trust
Yeah.
what
of
had
course.
happened,
Yeah.
because it was
That's
just
amazing.
it was crazy. And so yeah, I went and learned it because there's so many police that were sick.
Do you teach it now? Or
I
not?
do from time to time.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Wow.
from time to time. It's more so like I've been doing it to just sort of help people who were more friends and family.
Yeah.
So
That's amazing.
it's
I struggle with not knowing my dad and stuff like that. Like he'd never been in my life ever. I've had like a stepfather that's been in my life since I was 6, but my father's dead.
wow.
My actual father, so I've never ever met. So I struggle with that every day,
Yeah, 100%.
and that obviously affects your mental health every now and again. And it's something that I don't know if I'll ever be able to let go, but it's
But you see,
the unknown for me.
yeah, and look, to be fair, something like timeline therapy, why I liked it so much, is it's so non-invasive.
Okay.
You're not having to go deep into the trauma.
Yeah.
And for me, that's what I found, like the counselling sessions for me
They are.
were difficult in
For
the
me
sense,
also.
and, you know, so 12 months of religious by what they said I had to do.
Yeah.
And in the end, I was left angry. But to me, it's every week I'm just revisiting the trauma over and over and over. And
It's getting bigger and bigger.
we don't actually need to revisit our trauma over and over and over. And sometimes all it takes is learning how to manage that.
Yeah.
And look, for some people, counselling and therapy, all that sort of thing, works for them. Awesome. Huge advocate of what works for you.
Yeah, of course.
All the way.
Yeah.
Wasn't so good for me. And this is where it was good. Like, I didn't have to sit there and talk about it, but my body, for me, the trauma was stored within me.
Yeah.
And it affected me physically.
Yeah,
Like everything
wow.
from heart rate to breathing to sleeping to
whole
absolutely
life.
everywhere. Just my body was inflamed across the board. And the timeline therapy for me released that stored trauma.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
It sounds
But it's
bizarre,
amazing.
and it was incredible for me.
Yeah.
So,
that's-
and
I'm glad.
for anyone, you know, that maybe feels that they're not getting the results, like, definitely look into somebody who can do it. And
How did you come across this? Who pointed you in this
just
direction?
my own research.
Okay.
Because once it was like, this is what's happened for me, it was just like, wow. And at the time I said there was,
So did you stumble across it on Google or how?
I just sort of started looking like who would,
Do you need a drink?
who would,
You're struggling.
a little bit of,
Some frog just jumped
it's in
into your
there,
throat.
but yeah, it was just sort of researching online, and I probably spent 2 or 3 weeks actually just researching and looking into it. Who do I think is going to best sort of give me the tools I need,
Of
and
course.
then trying to understand, because it was brand new territory
Yeah.
for me as well, and I
It
didn't know
still is,
anything
isn't
about it.
A lot of people aren't using
Completely,
it. Yeah.
completely. And it was sort of, because you can go onto the internet and you got the sponsored sites and the fake
Yeah, of course.
reviews and
Yeah,
that. and
yeah.
I really like to
Fucking
do my
plenty of those
research.
around.
Yeah, I really like to do my own research and
Yeah.
look into it, and then I'll look into this and try and find what's bad about it, what's
Yeah.
good, so that when I do make a decision on something, and it's even like house paint,
Yeah.
I want to make the best decision I can
Yeah, of
without all the white noise that surrounds it. And
Yeah.
so I ended up going with the company that I felt would best serve my needs.
Yeah.
But they also had, I was able to sort of do it reasonably locally in Brisbane.
Oh, lovely.
But for a lot of it, I had to commute between
Yeah.
Sydney and here.
That's good though.
And
At least
yeah,
it's in Australia.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. So
That's cool. You still talk to them or not really?
a couple of people off it.
Yeah,
there was
nice.
one guy in particular that I ended up doing quite a bit with. We just ended up paired up quite a lot.
Lovely.
And he's in Queensland. He's in rural Queensland.
Okay.
And he's amazing. Like,
How good.
so farm boy.
Nice.
His dad took his own life, and he's struggled his, life
That's the
on and
farming
off.
life, eh? Yeah.
big time. And he survived a helicopter crash.
Fuck.
And, like, he's just most incredible. Now he's got a really, really amazing business where his whole life is devoted to helping farmers, like with their
Lovely.
mental health,
I love
and
this.
men. So it's men-centric, men-focused.
I need that bloke on the couch, yeah.
You do. Actually, you do. He's
Yeah.
incredible. His story is out the gate amazing, but he was a big part of me being successful
Yeah,
and
wow.
getting through it. And
It's
yeah,
amazing. How good.
yeah.
How good. What I'm gonna go back to my notes that Con has given me here, because this podcast could go for a very long time, and I don't want it to go for any longer than 3 hours. I know 3 hours seems like a lot, but we've already
It's all right.
done 45 minutes.
Crazy. Time flies when you're having fun, right?
Exactly right. I'm just going to go straight to his notes here, and I'm going to read this out for everyone, and then we're going to touch on these things.
Sure.
So I won't say your age because he's giving me your name. He's giving
Excuse
you.
me.
You're right. You're right. You can cop as much as you want. He's given me a name, and then he said he travelled back from New Zealand, so I'll read all these out. Travelled back to New Zealand by boat at the end of 2021 after not getting the COVID jab. And then from that, he has also written, was cycling for New Zealand as part of a Five Eyes Veteran Service members pre-Invictus Games. So Invictus Games is, I know what it is, but it's escaped me.
Yeah, it's like the military games that Prince Harry sort of started.
Yes, and is humongous.
Yeah.
And you were knocked off a bike by a car and you were lucky to survive.
Yep.
Heaps of sports, swimming, dabbled in a wee bit of Muay Thai, which he
tiny bit.
Which he was in your corner and he's very proud of. He showed me photos.
A couple of good runs.
You just have to fucking punch through, he says.
He was my number one supporter, and there's an awesome photo where because the fight was 3 rounds and there's 1 round to go.
Yeah.
And I'm just wrecked. Like there's nothing left in the tank.
Yeah. I know how you feel.
Like the nerves and the physical. Yeah. And he's just like, finish here. Because, the fight referee had said no more headshots because I'd given it too many. And he's like, nah, finish here. But I'm like, I can't. And you can see the look on my face where I'm just absolutely spent thinking, how am I going to do this 1 round? And he's toweling off my face and he's just cracking up. But it was funny. Like he's my number one champion supporter.
Yeah,
he's
perfect.
That's
what you need in a husband or a wife.
Yeah, he's just amazing.
Involved, this is deep, this one. Involved with 4 years of QPS legal battle with the jab and their corruption.
Yep.
And then I've got 2 more here. Created a pool. I say pool because I'm from Queensland. Created a pool-based sports fitness program for athletes of all codes. Worked with international athletes. Yep. International athletes being swimmers.
All Blacks.
All Blacks, okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Fuck, we could talk a lot about that. And this one I really love. You said you love dogs. Trained up her service dog when had PTSD and went in to heal herself with alternate treatments, which is what we just talked about. Yeah. So we've talked about the last one already pretty much, and I'm so glad you've done that and you're a better version of yourself than you were, but 100%. You want to be an even better version of yourself. We've talked about some stuff off there that we won't talk about here today, but you've still got a lot in your mind to better yourself in?
Oh, completely. Yeah. It's every day you're seeking to just try and improve, and, the life comes at you so hard and fast, and, there's always hurdles, and sometimes you sit there and think, crikey, how much more can I take? Because some of the blows are big, and you've just got to dust yourself off and get up and keep going, because at the end of the day, there's always someone worse off.
Bloody hell.
And, I've got a brother that died back in 2011. He was 41 years old, died of cancer. Healthy, fit guy.
Yeah.
Newly married, 3-month-old firstborn. And so when I sit there feeling sorry for myself, my brother's not here.
Yeah.
He would give anything to be here with.
Correct.
He'd go through what I've gone through 100 times over just to have
alive.
one more day with his son, with his wife. And so there's a lot of perspective at times that where you sit there and you feel sorry for yourself, and why me? There's always someone worse off. There's always someone going through a much harder battle, or
but it's hard to look at that sometimes.
It can be, but sometimes you need to give yourself an uppercut to just shift back on. It's okay to feel sorry for yourself sometimes, and it's okay to take a moment to just really, I don't know if appreciate's the right word, but to feel what it is you're going through, because life comes at you fast, and boy, it throws some giant shits at you, and
you got to dodge them.
You do.
Get hit by them.
So you're sitting in that water, and it's like you're just struggling, and that big boot just on your head, and it's like, come on, let off. But
Michael Jordan.
Yeah. There you go. The Michael Jordan that both my husband and son do. So that's an inside. But it's funny, but it's not.
Yeah. Correct. That's why I said it how I said it. So I'm going to scroll back up to the top here. You have kids?
I have a son, yeah.
Yep. So being a mother's pretty special, obviously.
Very special, yeah.
What was that feeling like when you first had your son?
It was awesome. But again, it was a tough road because at the time I was very young and.
How old, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, I was 21.
Not too young.
When I fell pregnant, 22 when I had him, but I was on my own basically.
Okay.
And that the relationship just wasn't in a position where it was able to sort of progress forward, just
totally
circumstances. And for the record, we have an awesome relationship now.
Yeah, lovely. Perfect.
He's got a beautiful wife and family where
You're
he
both
is.
happy.
And we're both really happy. We've both got really good families now. So that side of it, like at the time, it just wasn't to be. And so it was tough. It was tough as a young person. And also all my family were overseas because my dad was coaching rugby overseas.
Okay.
So parents went there and both my brothers were living overseas and playing sport as well.
So no support.
I'm this young, naive, just sort of competitive, but completely in the deep end, clueless. So I muddled my way through it, and
he's still alive. So you're
still alive, you know.
And so is he.
So is he, and so you managed to work through it. So for the first sort of 3 or 4 years, it was challenging,
of course.
I went back when he was 15 months old, and I went back and studied full time.
Wow.
And put him into, sort of childcare, but that was, I studied working with disabled people and loved that. That was awesome. And then once that's finished, got into full-time work and all the rest of it. So I'm a single mum with a kid in daycare. And then, met my now husband back in 2001.
He won't mind me saying his name, will he?
No, he's awesome. And so it went from there, and he was amazing. Like, he stepped in and just incredible, like, loved our son like his own, and he does. And, that's father and son.
Yeah,
and
lovely.
all the rest of it. So my boy, Cleve, he's Cleveland.
Yeah.
When
naughty.
But, he's in his late 2s now. So,
he's nearly 3.
Not far off. But, he's
I love how you said that so you don't expose your own age.
He's
very clever.
I'm young.
You're only as old as the man or woman you feel.
That dead right. So if I'm the youngest in the relationship.
So for yourself.
He's young at heart. It's a number, right? It's a number. I tell you what, he put a lot of people half his age to shame with this.
Oh, he's a fucking giant.
He's a beast, though.
As soon as I'd never met him. So Amy and Con, for people that don't know who Con is, and a lot of people won't know who Con is, he's an ex-All Black.
Yes.
So very sporty. He's fucking a solid man.
Yeah.
And Amy goes, I met this police officer at the lights one day and I was on my e-bike, and he was also on an e-bike. Is that correct?
Yes.
And Con, and I'm saying this, not you, Con isn't a fan of certain rules of certain things, and
we're both not.
And Con was asking Amy, is that pedal assisted? Is this that? And then Amy was answering the question. He goes, I don't give a fuck. You do what you want, pretty much. That's my words, but pretty much what he believed in. And then Con and Amy have also met at this location numerous times.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And Amy goes, I met this police officer. He's the loveliest man. He wants to get a tattoo on his chest fixed up, and he's going to come in and have a talk today. And Amy was flat out. And he walked inside and I'm like, fuck me, this bloke's a giant. Like, he's not tall, but he's just built. Yeah,
but he gyms every day, and like his body 3 years of professional rugby.
It still shows.
Like he's had a knee replacement and
torn bicep.
Oh, he's just coming back from that. But he's had so many injuries over time, and it's so important, to keep it as strong as you can. And like, he has a lot of chronic pain, but he gyms every day, and you can tell he really does everything he can to maximize the potential of his body and try to minimize the downside of it. And it shows.
Yeah, it does. Bloody oath.
And
it's nice on the eye for his age.
Oh, you're not wrong. He still does it for this old girl, so. But I'll tell you like a fun little fact about him.
Yeah.
This is hilarious. So rugby went professional in 96, right?
Yes.
And that was when the first sort of competition was when Super Rugby started.
Yes.
And
I remember.
he was the first player in the world in the professional era to
be
ever
paid.
be suspended.
Oh, suspended.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was a Crusaders versus Blues game.
Yeah.
And he chased
Please
one
tell
of the...
me he was at the Crusaders.
He was.
Thank fuck for that.
He Crusader number 3. So
Oh,
he's one of the
wow.
OGs. Yeah, he's an OG.
Holy moly.
And he, saw one of the Blues players. He did something dirty to one of his teammates.
He's like, fuck, I've got this gun.
Yeah, so pretty much chased him across the field, and
Smoked him.
I don't know if it ended up in
Fisty
a brawl. I can't remember,
Pretty
but
close though.
got 2 weeks suspension. And the funny thing is I hadn't met him at this point.
Okay.
But I can remember the footage on the news. And
Yeah,
like
right.
when he's having to walk to court because it was such a big deal and the camera right in his face. And
And that's my now husband.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
He looks, to look at Con, he's a scary human to look at. As soon as you talk to him, fucking total opposite person.
He's awesome, eh? Like, he's so funny.
Kind-hearted, very gentle.
And he will give you the shirt off his back.
Yeah.
He will go a million miles for you. But
You can see that part
you
of him.
dirty him,
Yeah, good luck to you.
good luck to you.
Yeah.
But he's got a real, I mean, we both do,
Yeah,
a sense of justice and right and wrong.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
yeah.
where, hang on, you've wronged me.
yeah.
No.
Good luck.
But, you know, you talk to any of his mates and he's always the life of the party. He's
That's
always
me.
cracking jokes. And
Yeah.
even like when times are bad,
Yeah.
he's always trying to sort of lighten and diffuse and
I'm
settle the jokes.
I'm
and-
that same person. Does his mental, not capacity, but mental well-being struggle because of that at times?
No, he's the opposite because
Okay.
he's always been,
Because mine does.
he's never been afraid to address things,
Okay.
but he chooses to look at things positively.
Yeah,
and even when
that's
things
Amy.
are hard, he chooses, how can I spin this in a positive light?
Yeah.
And I've had to learn a lot from him and still do because there's
Okay.
even times where he's like, nah, you're too negative. And,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh,
That's
okay,
me.
you know, you sit back and you're like, oh, not the mirror on me again.
Um,
But he's dead right. And you watch him even like when things are bad, he's still like, right, come on, let's go. And so that's where his mental health has really thrived.
okay.
Now
I've got that frog.
Amazing, no?
Thanks. Sorry.
But yeah, look, with his, he's funny, like even through his rugby careers, they'd have different committees. He'd be on
Yeah.
the gambling committee and
Okay.
the team, they won second division in Lotto, I think,
Wow.
or pick six, I think. They won something significant, but it was enough to pay for the whole team, like the Crusaders,
Wow.
to do an end of year trip on the train and pay for all the piss and everything.
Fuck. How
So,
good.
so if you want to have fun, you want to have a good time,
Be
go
around
and hang
Con.
out with him
Yeah.
because honestly, he will have you laughing and just,
Does he drink?
he likes the odd beer,
Yeah.
but
I can't hang around anything because
Once-
I can't drink. I don't
once in a
drink.
blue moon,
Yeah, okay.
you know,
To look at him, he's not a partier. He's probably been partier in his life previously.
oh,
but
yeah,
we
but
all
now
have.
it's like we're
he's older.
early to bed, early to rise. You know,
Yeah. I'm the same.
as sad as it is now, our idea of a good time is getting up early
Watching the
and going
sunrise.
and
Yeah.
going doing the hill or
Yeah.
just
Yeah, lovely.
walking the beach and having an early morning dip or something.
It's grounding as well, isn't it?
Huge. Love
Yeah.
grounding.
Yeah.
So love it.
Yeah, lovely.
So that's our fun now.
Yeah.
is
Amy
we
and I
would
are the same.
rather go and do stuff outside or go and do something fun together or what we've already, like we went to the cricket the other week and
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
nah, let's just go and hang at that. And so walked down to the cricket up in Brisbane and spent the night there and it was just fun.
Amazing.
You know, we had a couple of beers there, but that's about the extent
that's
of
all
it.
right.
And
Yeah. I'm just not a good person when I drink and do drugs, and I've fucking done it all before, and it's not the version of me that I like, and I'm not a good person, so why do it?
exactly. And at the end of the day, for me,
Yeah.
like I barely drink, and when I was crook with PTSD,
wouldn't have
I
been good.
made a decision not to drink
Yeah.
because I did at one point. I had a couple of drinks, and it scared me so much how good I felt
Yeah, exactly.
having drinks. But there was that tipping point, like you have a few drinks
When do you
and you're
stop?
feeling really good, and then the next drink flips the script completely,
Yeah.
tipped over the edge, and it just, everything was just awful. But the scary part is how good it made me feel. And there were a lot of people I knew at the time, or quite a few people, who drinking became their friend, and I could see what it was doing. I couldn't do that. I get why people turn to the bottle or to other means of
drugs
coping or numbing, because your life, your existence is
I'm guilty of
horrendous.
that. Yeah.
But then also having worked around so many people that were addicts and so many successful people that you ended up arresting or seeing arrested because of a choice of taking
whatever it was.
that was always in the back of my mind. And, you know, a lot of police do drink heavy, like the culture is really heavy drinking. And
well, not only drinking, they also do drugs. I don't give a fuck what people say. I fucking
100%.
know for a fact.
100%.
I've seen it.
Same. So have I.
Yeah.
So have I. And
And this is me saying this, not you. It's very hypocritical of...
the whole job is hypocritical.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, you've got these people that will put on a uniform and they'd arrest their own mother for jaywalking.
Yeah.
As some sort of self-righteous, morally virtuous...
As they're off their heads from the night before.
And then the next night they're at a thing screwing
Someone's wife or husband,
while their own spouse is at home. And so
fucked.
don't even come at me with that stuff, because the hypocrisy, and absolutely with you on that, will blow your mind. And some of the things you saw and what senior officers are allowed to get away with when there was one, and I won't mention state. No, I'm going to say, because this is what used to piss me off, and this is how screwed up the QPS is. Like, you go lights and sirens to a job, but you have to be authorised from your communications and that.
Stuff.
Code 1 and 2 are lights and sirens. So code 1, I only had, I think, 3 in my entire time, and that's just someone's about to die. You need to get there now, sort of thing. Code 2, their life is at risk, so someone's getting beaten up, or there's an active, sort of home invasion, whatever. But it's imminent, so that's where your lights and sirens that you've got to get there. And there's a stupid rule that you have to come to a complete stop at an intersection with traffic lights before you can proceed through. And so to me, one of the problems with that is if you come to a complete stop, people get confused.
And then they'll go.
And then they start to go because they think you're waiting for them. But there was one job, someone was getting towed up and I was driving. It was the middle of the day, and I had to go through a set of lights, and it was a left-hand turn and there was no traffic in any direction. And I'd slowed down to about 15K and did the left turn, got the red light camera. So they sent me a thing saying I had to pay the red light fine.
Fuck off.
Serious. Con will tell you the same thing. He's had the same. So I'm not on the road for a whole day because I have to write this report out. So they take a frontline cop off the road because you've run a red light at a code 2 job, lights and sirens, because someone's about to,
Die
real risk of serious injury.
Yeah.
So because I didn't come to a complete stop, I get this ticket and then this report that they're going to take me to court if I don't. So please. 6 hours writing this report.
Please tell me you got off it.
I did, but at the end of the day,
but still, it shouldn't have got to that.
But that's how you're treated as a police officer in the QPS.
Me.
That's standard the whole way through. So you're done for stupid shit like that. That's completely irrelevant.
Yeah,
they don't care that you're trying to help people. But then you can be a senior officer on the Gold Coast, high-ranking senior officer that nobody liked anyway, I always knew was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And you can be sexually inappropriate with a family member, underage family member.
Fuck off.
Be found out,
and
work your way through it, not get charged, be allowed to resign, keeping full benefit, and then go on to another job paying 6 figures.
Fuck off.
So that's what I think QPS nut. And
that's fucked up.
There's so much
pedophilia.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
fucking hell.
Yeah. And
that's one instance, one job.
And they will do everything to cover that up, but they'll do everything to throw you under the bus
for not stopping
for shit like that. So QPS can eat a bag of dicks. Honestly,
yeah. I like that you're not sugarcoating anything.
No, well, they treated me like shit.
Yeah.
Like when I wasn't well.
Yeah.
That was just appalling what they did for me.
Didn't give a fuck.
And then I guess the last few years with them.
Yeah.
They'd be my least favourite organisation in the world. And when you see the ones that are coming after you through this court stuff, there's some of the most corrupt people going, and there's so many offences that they've done through this process legally.
Yeah.
They've broken laws, like actual laws. They've broken them. They've broken regulations. They've breached Supreme Court orders repeatedly, and nothing happens to them. Not only does nothing happen, they're allowed to keep coming after us, and they're coming after us hard. 4 years now. And they keep getting promoted.
Yeah.
So talk about corruption, boy. I could go all day with what these assholes are doing.
It's not good.
Yeah, they're a law unto themselves.
Yeah,
and because they're
going to protect their own at the end of the day.
They do, but they protect it illegally.
Yeah,
but because they're a government entity, you're sitting there screwed. If the public knew exactly, I mean, there's still people that, through that COVID thing, that the cops that didn't get the jab, that were sacked and suspended, or sacked without pay, that we took them to court and we won.
Yeah.
But they won't back pay them. They won't reinstate them.
Yeah, that's
so
fucked.
These people have no pay, and the QPS just are completely screwing them over. Yet in the meantime, they'll spend tens of thousands of dollars getting overseas cops in when you've got all these amazing police there that should have never lost their jobs.
No.
But they still won't back pay them or reinstate them. They're just saying no. And it's like,
because
you
they
lost
don't
in
have
court.
the jab.
Yes.
Fuck.
Even though they lost in court, they still won't pay them. And even
how does that stand up? So can that go to the Supreme Court? Or
it has, but nothing. There's no enforcement because the judiciary is just as captured as the QPS is. It's mind blowing. And people think, okay, you won the court case, and this was almost 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
You won the court case, so everything's gone back to normal. No, it hasn't. There's still people from 2 years ago that have not been reinstated.
And what are they doing? They're just doing a normal job.
They're fighting. They're people that have lost their homes through this. And I mean, it's cost us 7 figures.
Yeah,
we've lost everything.
Fucking hell.
I'll make the same decision again over and over and over. But people don't understand. They think it's over and done with. No, it's not.
That's fucked.
4 years without pay.
Yeah, that's fucked.
2 years without pay. You won the court case 2 years ago. You should have been reinstated. They're still not doing it.
So Con, it says he didn't have the jab as well. Is that correct?
Yeah. So
how does he still got his job?
Well, this is where it gets interesting. So,
sorry to ask that question, but that doesn't make sense in my head. If there's certain people out there, is it because of the position he's in? He's at higher ranking?
No. So at the beginning, we knew all along we were never going to take the jab.
Yeah.
That was 100% non-negotiable. We're not taking it.
Yeah.
And we made the decision at the time, like, this is going to cost us a lot.
It is,
and if it means we have to live on the streets under a bridge, we'll do it.
Yeah.
And pretty much we're almost at that point, but I will make that decision again 100 times over.
Yeah.
So while we were sort of going through that, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of others that also wanted to do it. But to be part of the court case, there was a benefactor who was going to do it, but they needed 7 people initially that were prepared to come on board.
Okay.
And a lot of people wanted to do it, but you had to be willing to have your name go public initially.
Okay.
And the majority of people didn't want
their
name going public.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And our thing was, well, he's got that international sporting background, so this is going to potentially blow right up. And so we rang our son in New Zealand and said, look, this is what we want to do.
Yeah.
This could potentially turn bad for you over there. The media might get a hold of his name and that it might negatively,
at least you're letting him know,
impact you. What's your thoughts? And he's so awesome. He says, I don't want that shit either. So he said, go for it. So he was our biggest supporter to say, love what you're doing. Because we were worried, it's like it's going to impact you. And then grateful to hear he didn't want it either. Which was awesome. So him saying, yeah, love it, I'm not having that shit. It was like wicked. So
let's go.
But then also the whole thing is how can we look ourselves in the mirror if we don't want to do this, but we're not prepared to stand and say, hey, here we are, we're not doing it. So, you know, we have to be prepared to put our name to it, and that's what we did. You know, otherwise we're hypocrites.
Of course, yeah.
So essentially they needed 7 people to be the face of it, and that way if they won, it would go on and become a class action for everyone else to jump on afterwards. So he did that. So being part of that 7 of the original court case, it meant that the Supreme Court, through the initial stages, handed down an order saying that through that time, those 7 could not be sacked or suspended.
Lovely.
They couldn't be made to use all their leave or their sick leave, their recreation leave. They couldn't be put into a position that would be worse than what they're already in, so they couldn't be sort of unilaterally moved. And so there were these safeguards that the Supreme Court put in place while the court case was ongoing.
Hence why he's still got his job.
Yes, but I will say that senior ranking officers within the QPS who, based on the Gold Coast, breached that Supreme Court order repeatedly, and they still have not been addressed.
Yeah, right.
And they're still fighting it. They're still saying, because he was made to use up all his leave. He was made to use, he wasn't paid at all.
Fuck off.
And there's so many other things that are going on, and they're still fighting that.
Yeah,
That's what we're dealing with, people that have taken everything from you and they have fought so dirty, and they've filed affidavits against us. Like, one of these senior officers went through my social media and wrote a 16-page affidavit, and he took photos of my son playing rugby from 2 years prior and tendered that to the Supreme Court as evidence against us.
Matter?
You tell me. This is the levels they're going to. But he took screenshots of my posts that had nothing to do with Con, nothing to do with the situation. But here's a giant photo of my son and paragraphs in his affidavit talking about my son and his sport.
It's
and
not
the Supreme
even
Court.
Son at the end of the day, is it?
But my son lives in New Zealand.
Yeah, exactly.
And he has since, 2014.
Yeah.
So you're taking photos of my son to try and smear Con and me, and I'm dragged into it. This is all off my social media.
Fuck off.
To smear him, and paragraphs talking about my son. How dare you? How dare you put my son in your shitty affidavit to try and smear us and tender that to the Supreme Court as evidence? But you also included my brother in it. You also included my nephew.
Someone needs to bash this cunt.
What has that got to do with anything? And so we did an effort, like
excuse my French.
There's a whole lot of see you next Tuesdays in that job.
He's a piece of shit.
Bigger than you know.
Yeah.
Bigger than you know. And
fuck, if you.
So we did a response affidavit where we could prove the lies.
Yeah.
And he withdrew that at the 11th hour. And
you can't get done for. You can't charge him for fucking what's it called? Defamation. I mean, that's not a thing in Australia, is it?
I don't know. I actually don't know those ins and outs. But I mean, this is the level of just
pettiness,
bullshit that you're dealing with. That because you're not a yes person, because you dared defy the hierarchy and these pricks in charge, if they were in the public sector, the private sector, they wouldn't last a week. They'd be sacked up. They've got zero people skills. They've got zero managerial skills. The only reason why most of these arseholes get promoted is because they suck somebody's along the way, and they're compromised. And that the 3 main ones who are involved,
brown noses,
the interconnection and the level of questionable behaviour from them all. Yeah, man, it's just and yet, like the QPS serving the public, they're not. They're just a jackboot entity. Well, these clowns are. And the one that did that affidavit, like when Con was finally back this year after 4 years of fighting hard to get back, he was at a course with this arsehole.
Oh,
and he went and stood next to Con, went and stood next to him, and he wouldn't acknowledge him, wouldn't look at him. So this is a senior ranking officer who's in charge, high level charge on the Gold Coast, who cannot acknowledge or look or speak to.
Con should have just bashed the cunt right there.
He's too classy for that, though.
No.
And he stood there just smiling and but this is what you're dealing with. These are the assholes who are in charge and who are making the decisions out there for the public for everything day in, day out. And people wonder why the police are losing faith. I'm an ex-police officer and I've lost a lot of faith in the
That's
QPS.
so sad.
So
Con needs to, and you don't need to talk about this, I'm just going to say this. Con needs to eventually get out of the service and then just fucking annihilate that cunt.
Well, and
it doesn't achieve anything.
It doesn't.
It'd feel good.
But this is where Con's amazing because he's such a positive person.
Yeah.
And he goes to work every day with a smile on his face.
Yeah.
He goes to work every day doing the best he can out there because he's a professional. He's better than me too. I wouldn't be able to hide my contempt, but no matter the situation, he's like, no, he said, I've got nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah.
And he's still proud of his stance, but he goes to work every day smiling and happy and putting his best foot forward with all his colleagues around him. And, you know, even those that were, because I mean, it was such a divisive time to begin with. And there were quite a few people that you thought were mates that,
turned a blind eye pretty quick.
Well, the vitriol and the hate was pretty amazing that, you know, people you worked alongside with last month now suddenly wanted you dead. They wanted you banned. They wanted you sacked. They felt you had no right to be anywhere. And this is how stupid and retarded it is.
I
use the word retarded. I like it. But this is how, like, as a police officer, you're out there, you're fighting hands-on, wrestling with the most infectious diseased, grubbiest people you can imagine that have hepatitis of every type, that have HIV, that are just every communicable disease you can imagine. And you're happy to get on the ground and wrestle with them, but you're not happy to sit next to in a car one of the healthiest, fittest people you've ever known. Explain it to me like I'm 5. Make it make sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
You're retarded, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some great people along the way that fully supported our stance.
Well, they're the ones that are your mates at the end.
Well, they are, and they're still our mates.
They're
Brilliant. And there were a handful in particular that were just amazing that supported us the whole way, that didn't want the jab themselves. They felt that option was for them, and I fully respect that. But who backed us 100% of the way and were really there for support because, man, it was a hard time. And
it still is, I'm sure.
You know, there's family that have cut us off. I'm grateful most of my family has
kept you.
Oh, my family, No. Most of my family actually didn't get the jab, which was awesome.
Yeah, nice.
And those that did felt, you know, they were in a position not to do it, and they left it to the very, very last minute. But I've been cut off from, you know, various sort of extended family and completely. But to be honest, the trash takes itself out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It sure does.
And different friends, and again, like those friends that mattered, even those that were really pro the other way than what we were, we all respected each other's decisions, and that's never come into it.
Yeah, lovely.
So, and those that did step away never mattered in the first place. So
good.
Yeah.
Listeners, this episode is brought to you by Dookies.co, a locally owned Gold Coast brand making seriously good board shorts for men. Born by the beach and made for it, Dookies is also comfortable, stylish, and laid back feel that only comes from truly knowing the coast. Whether you're in the surf or at the pub or just cruising through the weekend, Dookies has you covered. Support local and upgrade your board shorts. Check out dookies.co or follow them on socials at dookies.co. That's DUKIES.co. Use the code MERAKI10 at checkout for 10% off. That's MERAKI 10 for 10% off your next order. Go check them out, guys. Back to the podcast. Let's talk about some more positive stuff, even though there's a bit of sadness at the end of it. You're cycling for New Zealand.
Yeah, so
how did that all come about?
Quite by accident. So this was after I was just getting myself well from the PTSD, and the Invictus Games are going to be in Sydney. And what they were doing, they'd organised this big 3-week ride from Brisbane all the way down Victoria and back up through New South Wales to finish in Sydney.
How many kilometres? Shitloads.
Yeah. A few thousand.
Yeah, wow.
It was massive. Like it was.
How was your bum?
Well, it would have been all right.
But what do they call? Yeah, that whole region, I guess.
Yeah. Well, sort of funny. Let's be fair for the boys. You've got the squishy, and the girls. It's like
it's all the same part.
But I mean, we had all the gear, like the proper gear, and I guess trained up for it, a fair bit, so you got used to it. But so it was a 3-week ride, and it was Five Eyes. So it was countries included Australia, New Zealand, Canada, USA, and UK, and it was all made up of
amazing.
Veterans and like myself and like service members so they had soldiers who had been in Iraq and Afghanistan and military people who SAS. There's one guy who's a lot of his career was guarding prime ministers and presidents in the royal family, and he was SAS through Afghanistan, and he guarded Prince William in that.
Wow.
So he was but there
where was he from?
The UK.
The UK, yeah.
But it was
clearly because he was just the Royals.
Yeah, former service members. So it was police, fireys, and military.
Yeah, wow.
And it was all people that had sort of battled, I guess, mental health or and had to retire. But so it was, I guess, raising awareness through, everyone had sort of managed to get back on their feet. So we're all riding for our, like a little mini peloton. And
so good.
With each of our sort of, the black and white and New Zealand, and everyone had their relevant countries.
That's amazing.
And it was really cool because it was such an eclectic mix of people from the most outrageous backgrounds. And, there was one guy from America, and he was a medic in both the Iraq and Afghanistan wars. So his job was to help people that had been blown up. And so he'd seen it all.
Seen some.
And so everyone had an incredible story to tell, and just such an amazing group of people. And, it was all, we just sort of met a couple of days beforehand, and then you became really switched on. So it started or like connected to one another because we all had a common goal. So it started in Brisbane, and the first leg, I got hit on day one, but the first, and I was so excited, to be doing this ride because it was a really good way after I'd got on myself well from PTSD. What an awesome thing I never, 6 months ago, I never dreamed I could do it. And cycling, it's something I haven't really got much experience in. So started in Brisbane, and we were going to finish on Main Beach on the Gold Coast. So
literally just up the road here.
That's it. So we're
still
cycling,
like a 70, 80 kilometre ride, isn't it?
And it was cool. Like it was really neat. And so each day you were going to sort of do that 80 to 100 Ks. And we were just coming past, or just before Dreamworld at Coomera.
Yes.
And about 5 minutes before we hit there, it just like an epiphany. And I just had this feeling. It was like, I found my freedom. I found my new love, my new passion. And I just sort of got up out of the saddle, and I was just pedaling away, and I was feeling so good. And I'm like, this is my new thing. Lycra, and I'm going to become the thing that I really dislike. I'm going to become that.
Fuck, I know what you feel.
Because, look, cyclists, come on.
Most of them are police officers.
Oh, donkeys.
You're aware of that?
No.
Fuck, so many of them are police officers.
Well, I don't know what it is because, at that point I'd never cycled before, and I had to get over the thing of looking at myself in Lycra and walking with the funny clip-on shoes and but I just felt so good. I felt it gave me a sense of freedom, and I guess especially like from the previous couple of years have been so hard, and I'm up out of the saddle, and I'm just powering away, and I'm
amazing.
I feel just, this is it. This is great. And I'm just loving it. I was, and I could feel it, and it just this beautiful feeling. And literally 5 minutes later, just bang, sideways, outside Dreamworld. So we're in the peloton, we're in the cycle lane, we've got the pilot cars, everything. Yeah. And it was a side road, and it was a car that just didn't look. And I wasn't even first in queue. I was like second.
Fuck off.
And so there was the British guy ahead of me, and then me, and then there was the American medic behind me. And I turned to look, and I could see the car coming, and it was
too late.
It was an awful feeling because it's like there's literally nothing I can do.
Slow motion.
I cannot brake. I cannot unclip. There's nothing I can do here. I'm screwed. And I can remember vividly the eyes of the passenger. Like her eyes were just as big as saucers, and I'm just like, oh shit, I'm about to. And so I took the impacts fully side on. Yeah. And must have done it the most amazing dismount and spun and flip, and you know, it was probably worthy of a score, you know. And I can remember sitting on the ground and it was,
Shock.
yeah, I'm in shock, but I'm like, oh, ow, that sort of hurts. And But in shock, I came alive and I'm sort of sitting there and I'm looking and, you know, are there any bones sticking out? And there's kind of pain, but there's not.
Yeah.
And the bike is over there. It's completely mangled. And, okay, I'm still sitting and, of course, the others are stopped and the guy that was in front of me, the British guy, it's like, oh, you're right. And I'm like, yeah. And in my head, I'm like, I'll be able to take some Voltaren and I can keep going. Oh, this isn't ideal because we do have a spare bike and that's all I could think of is I've got to keep going. I've got to keep going. I'm like hurting at the moment, but I'll be okay with pain relief. Yeah. But then I've got all that shock and adrenaline that's dulling a bit of it as well.
Yeah.
And so he came up behind me and it must have been a couple of minutes. It's like, right, okay, I'm able to get up. And he put his hand on my shoulder. And as I went to get up, it just shattered. You could feel it go. And he sort of looked at me and I looked at him and it was like, okay, that's not so great.
Wow.
Yeah. Arms, legs. There's a big hole in my foot, big sort of deep hole.
Fuck.
So, like, the shoulder blade was the worst. So I dislocated the shoulder. I snapped the shoulder.
Probably took most of the impact, did it, when you landed?
Yeah, probably when I landed because the car sort of hit me.
Down low.
Because you can see, like, there's photos where there's the imprint of the car and my shin and the leg, like this just big imprint. So there were fractures all through there. The shoulder, the scapula split in half. So all the AC joint and everything. And yeah, over the next 4 weeks, because they really only dealt with the shoulder to begin with. Mm-hmm. But then I ended up having a bunch because everything was just, I was in so much pain. It's like, oh yeah, you got a fracture there and you got a fracture there. And
without focusing on one point at a time.
And so that was, you're sitting there and you're like, come on, like
I've just come good. Took a while to get better, I'm sure.
It did. Like the shoulder injury took a while and was in a sling for a bit. They didn't operate. They wanted to wait 3 months before they operated and to see if it would settle itself with the dislocation. I had a really good physio. He was excellent. He used to work with the British Olympic team.
Okay.
So he
knew what to do, yeah.
So he really, he was excellent. So, you know, the hip and everything now, like I still have a lot of ongoing issues. Of course. But it was interesting, the American medic who was behind me. So as I said, he's been in Iraq and he's been in Afghanistan and he's seen the most horrific things you can imagine you see in wartime. Yeah. And like IEDs and people having limbs, everything amputated. And he said that when he saw me get hit, he was certain I was dead. And he was so traumatized from that affected him so badly. And just watching, he was like, wow. But it was slow motion. Like just everything happened. And yeah, it was one of those things. So that ended my cycling career. And like, to be fair,
67 k's in.
To be fair, like I'm not a fan of Lycra.
No, but you enjoyed that feeling.
I did, but I haven't been back on the road on a bike since.
Because of that.
Yeah, like I've
There's a lot
done a little bit of trail cycling.
Yeah, okay.
Just general fitness at different places, but I've never been back on a road. And for so long, I couldn't cope, even if I was in a car. If you turn in front of a car coming from your left side, the trauma of I'd need you, like if I was a passenger, I'd need you to take a huge, gap. I couldn't handle you.
That's crazy.
So, but that was life.
You might need some more timeline therapy for.
Oh, I'm great now. Like it's not an issue now, but that was probably for 2 or 3 months. I just slow down, and he's crawling. Poor old Con, he's crawling like 5K.
Says you did heaps of sport. We've already talked about a lot of that. You're a good swimmer, I see. Apparently,
I did all right back in the day. Yeah. Back in my formative years. So
very humble. What was your go-to?
I was a distance, so 4 and 800 free.
Yeah, right.
Dabbled a little bit with the 200 fly, but more the 4 and 800.
Fucking hard.
It's hard. Yeah, so I was the distance swimmer.
Yeah, nice. How good. Let's talk about how you got into the Muay Thai.
Well, so I was policing at the time, and it was like a 10-week challenge.
Okay.
And so part of the QPS, which is actually a really good side of it, is you can go and work events like on your days off. They call them specials, but it's just a good opportunity to earn a little bit of extra dollars through the year.
Yeah,
but
perfect.
some of the things are really cool. Like you can work sports events like the cricket and those sorts of things. So if you see police officers at these events, that's actually their days off.
Okay.
And they're just
right.
getting,
Extra.
double time.
Yeah.
So
perfect.
So things like that were really good. So you can go to a bunch of international sports things and that. And
you're working.
one of the guys, it might have even been Con, had gone to a Muay Thai night.
Okay.
Like where they did this 10-week challenge, and at the end of it, they had their fights, and he's like, "Hey, this is awesome. You got to do it." And I ummed and ahed, and he was like, "It'd just be fun." And zero experience with fighting, like nothing whatsoever.
Yeah.
Total fish out of water. And in the end, he sort of convinced me to do it. And it's like, all right. So went and did it. And there's the guy who was one of the trainers. His name is Adrian. And I think he runs Southern Stars Muay Thai.
Okay.
But he was awesome. And so there was him and another guy that were training. So through these 10 weeks, they sort of slowly took us through to a point where they felt we were all capable of having a fight at the end. And
lovely.
It's 3 sessions a week, and they were tough sessions, like really fitness
is
especially when it's just a completely new experience, a code you don't know, and you'd be just destroyed at the end of these sessions.
It's no fitness compares to boxing, Muay Thai fitness.
Absolutely crazy. So did the 10 weeks and had the fight at the end, and that was insane. Like it was such a cool experience. But the following year I ended up with the PTSD, but one of the major things that helped me get through is I contacted Adrian and said, "Look, this is what's going on." And he's like, "Come on down." And I was having memory issues, so it was, for me, Muay Thai was because I had massive amount of rage, like huge rage, and
that'll help.
It was a really safe way to deal with that and
punch the bag, or
unload it,
was.
and all the rest of it. But through the sessions, like my memory went so little things, like if you put together sort of a 5-6 combo, I couldn't remember them. I could only remember 2-3 maximum, and that's where Adrian was so. Like I could
slowly helped.
He was phenomenal. He had so much patience with me, and
Amazing.
in the meantime, he's still got all these other people that he's training. But he had me just doing 1-2 combos, and that year, actually, I'll credit him being a massive part of my recovery.
Yeah, nice.
Because, and even like there were times where I was just getting frustrated in that, and he would just gently sort of guide me through. And honestly, like that was probably one of my saving graces in terms of, and I went most mornings.
Lovely.
Like 5 o'clock or whenever it was in the mornings. And he just totally, the patience and the kindness and the commitment he showed to me was, it was just phenomenal. And it was such a major part of my getting better.
That's amazing.
The one thing that was interesting though, and this is, I never realised it at the time, but I was self-harming.
Okay.
So you think self-harming, people cutting themselves and that. I didn't. I'd have days where I was just maybe extra frustrated, and so I'd just smash a bag. And I ended up sort of fracturing a couple of bones in my hand. But for me, the pain was it was nothing. It was that was my.
Yeah.
And it was like, you deserve it. You can't, So.
Did you fight with that injury or not?
No, because when I had the fight, I was still policing at the time.
Okay.
So, but this training afterwards, but it wasn't a realisation till later. Okay, I spent quite a bit of time self-harming because in my mind I deserved that pain, I deserved that injury, and
so sad.
So it's how
good though that you did that.
Oh, I loved it. Like the training, it was invigorating, it was exhilarating, it was anger release, it was control, it was just such a positive thing. And for anyone that is experiencing mental health, I reckon like boxing, I did a bit of boxing too, sort of after the fact with Les Sherrington.
Yeah, I know Les.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He's
a good bloke. Hey?
He was awesome to work with as well.
Was that when he was at Fight Club Burley's? Or
Yes.
Is he, yeah, so I trained there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
So,
a
yeah,
great
did
bloke.
that was a lot of fun. So, between Adrian and Les,
Well, Les
awesome
is
experience.
very renowned boxing
Yes.
fighter himself.
Yeah.
I think he was world champion, wasn't he?
He
I
won
swear
a
he
few
was.
belts.
Yeah. He just won his
I saw
fight
that.
last year over in Thailand.
Saw that.
He's a lovely bloke. He's another bloke I've been trying to line up on the couch for
Yeah,
ages.
he'd be a good one. And so Les was also aware of my, that sometimes I might need a bit of, just a little bit of patience because,
Yeah.
so both Adrian
That's
and
fair,
Les
though.
are top guys, but they had the time and the patience for me.
Do you know?
Like it was never an issue.
You know the thing with like boxing, Muay Thai coaches, whatever it is, a lot of people think, fuck, they're on this huge amount of money, like they make a lot of, they
spend
scrape
so
the
much
bottom of the
time.
barrel every time.
They give so much of their time
for the money.
to help people, and you see the pleasure they get in
Correct.
absolutely the little things
Yeah.
and the little gains and the little,
Yeah.
whether it's just you nail a little combo, the pleasure and the delight from that.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, it's crazy.
you look at someone like Adrian who comes from the exact opposite sort of, you could arguably say we're as polar opposite as you can get. Probably one of the best people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah,
without
wow.
a doubt. And, first time I saw him, okay, I'm a cop, you look like somebody I need to, and it was funny because we eyed each other suspiciously. You can see us looking at each other and we're both trying to suss each other out. And
I'm trying to get away from you.
and I'm looking, you're dodgy, and he's looking, I don't trust you. We're just those,
this
side
a
eye,
setup?
and it's like, but honestly, through my entire life, he
Yeah.
would be one of the best, most genuine, real people
Lovely.
I've ever met with a heart of gold that only ever wanted to help and see you do well.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you find like, and I'm going to bring this up because you're in the police force, and you find like, especially on the Gold Coast, there's a lot of bikies and stuff like that.
Nike bikies.
But so many of them are actually lovely people. Like there is fuckwits in any
There's
gang or whatever
anywhere.
it is, any workplace.
Yep.
But a lot of them are like family-based humans. Like they're actually nice people. They just have some bad bones in their body.
Yeah.
If that makes-
It was interesting, because especially like in the earlier years before they brought in those bikie laws. Like
yeah.
And when you're policing sort of through the Southport area,
Yeah.
they're all there because most of your pads and,
Yeah.
the tattoo shots with the things. And,
Well, that's why it's all changed now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they ran everything basically,
Yeah, they
but all
did.
their pads were sort of around the area where we patrolled. And
Yeah.
of course, like being out of Southport Station, a lot of them on parole or probation and they all bail conditions. So you're dealing with them all the time.
Yes.
And there are actually quite a lot of
Nice humans. But
that you could get on with. And,
yeah, definitely.
but it was like, okay, we both know how to play this game.
Yep.
So don't mess with me, I won't mess with you. So if you stop them, they were easier, like if you're dealing with them one-on-one, because you often have that sort of peak mentality too, like they try and sort
Of
of
course.
front up.
Yeah.
But there were a few that they were okay to deal with, and especially like even then you'd sometimes work through the watch house and that, so they might be in there for a few days and you're dealing with interacting with them a heap
Yeah.
through that time. So you do get to know them. And
Yeah, definitely.
then you find down the track that if you come across them again, it's a lot easier for both parties because, okay, well, I don't like you because you're police, but I respect you because,
Yeah. What you're doing.
you weren't a dick to me and I'm not going to be a dick to you. So, and then there's always going to be those that are just no matter what.
Yeah, of course.
That are just total donkeys. So
I just had a recent guest on. You probably heard this name, Brent Simpson. He was Sergeant in Arms of the one that used to be around the corner here. I don't even know what they're bloody called. I should know.
Comancheros
Yeah, might have been.
or-
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like got wrongly acquitted of fucking whatever he did, and he only just beat everything now, like for forever. He did 14 years in jail, but then there was other stuff that they tried to do him for, and the last 5 years he spent $300,000 on court fees and
I can imagine that. I know what that's like.
But like, there's the other side of you're doing the same thing, but you're a police officer. He was apparently, and what's the fucking word I'm looking for? Not apparently. He was accused of doing the wrong thing.
Yep.
But obviously showed that he wasn't, and now it's getting posted all over YouTube saying that he was. This person's already been taken out of court, like it's all been dismissed. Yeah. But cunts are now posting it online. But there's nothing he can do about it. Like it's.
And that's the thing. You know, it's hard, isn't it? Because.
Fair enough if you have done the wrong thing and you.
But when you're tarred with a brush as well.
Yeah.
And one thing I found interesting that when it came to sort of the bikies and like before this point I'm about to make, it's like coming from New Zealand. And then coming to the Gold Coast with the gangs.
They're nowhere near the different. There's completely
like the gangs
different.
in New Zealand, like your mongrel mob and your black power,
they're gangs.
They're gangs. And then you come here and everyone's like, oh, you know, and they've got these skinny little legs and they shave and they've got their knockoff designer glasses and I'm going to say it. They were just little bitches, and we were cracking up because it's like, look at the state.
You're nothing.
You're just pathetic. You
go back home.
You call yourself a bike and you're driving a Hyundai Getz. Like honestly, look the state of you. You know, you go and stand over there in New Zealand around one of these gangs over there. Mate, you're going to be crying for your mum. So we used to crack up because it was always, everyone's like, oh, there's so many bikies. And we would just have tears of laughter at what they were. The Nike bikies with their little bum bags and their, they were crack up. But going back to the point, you know, like with the bikies in terms of like always being arrested, it was interesting because once they were in the watch house behind the scenes, you saw a very different side to a lot of them. And you'd have some of the big, like really well-known, roided up, media face, intimidating guys that are just real menaces to society, like literally out there. But you see them in the watch house and all of a sudden they're crying. Yeah. Most of them, or a lot of them, were on anxiety medication and mental health medication. And so many of them away from the camera and their bros and their were just really broken people. Yeah. Well,
that's what Brent was saying, that they, and I'm taking the words out of your mouth here, but I think this is exactly what you're trying to say. They've all had a broken life and they've come together for that simple connection of everyone struggling together. And this is correct. Yeah. So that's what Brent said, that. But the time you get into it, it's too late because you've done the drugs or you've done that and now they own you. Yeah. But it was, you know, there's quite a few times where you might have to take somebody from their watch house cell because that's attached to the courthouse and you've got to go through like a bunch of corridors and that to get to the relevant courtroom. And it might be a 5-10 minute walk while you're with them and waiting and you're escorting them to court. And there's 2 or 3 in particular over time I did that with. And I was always curious. I could ask them questions. So what it is about the gang, you know, and they might be on a murder charge or something like a really, really serious charge that's going to put them away for years. And just why did you choose a gang life? That would be some lovely, and there's some that are just, there were, and some of them weren't afraid to open up, but you could see the hurt and yes, I regret it, but it's too late for me now. And I've got to accept it.
There was a lot of that. And it was actually really sad that there's so many people and it's like, you're at a point in your life, you're going to court for this particular charge, and even if you get found guilty, it's still not too late. Yeah. You know, you can still. Correct. But, you know, I mean, I don't know what the gang code is now, like, because I know, like in New Zealand, you don't good luck getting out. Yeah. Once you're in, that's it. Yeah, and I'm not sure how it sort of works here, different sort of dynamics, but how easy is it to get out? How easy is it to cut off? Are you always having to look over your shoulder, and is it the lesser of two evils in their own mind that it's easier for me to stay with the gang than it is to try and forge a life on my own? Like
crazy.
And but you saw a lot of really broken people away from the scenes and just really damaged little boys, and doesn't condone like a lot of the actions, but it was just a fascinating contrast.
It's full on.
Yeah.
We've talked about your battle.
Yep.
We don't need to dive back into that, I feel. I don't think – I like to stay a little bit more positive now, if you're okay with that. This pool-based sports fitness program, can you tell me about that?
Yeah. So that happened quite –
That's more positive.
Yeah. This is crazy. This is just sort of born by accident.
Yeah.
So a couple of years back, my son he'd come out of club rugby season and he was going into rep season.
Yep.
But he was carrying an injury, which meant he couldn't do any land-based training.
Okay.
But he had like sort of 4 or 5 weeks, and it's like, well, let's get you in the pool.
Yeah.
Because, okay, I know a little bit.
Hydrotherapy.
And I said, let's get in the pool so it'll mean you won't have to worry about your injury, but we can keep your fitness up and we can just do a bunch of stuff. So he was like, yeah, okay. So I got him in the water at just a 25-metre pool like 3 times a week, and it was like less than an hour.
Okay.
So instead of just swimming backwards and forwards, let's start doing some breathing drills. And in the meantime, like, because I remember when I was swimming, like back through my school years, I was training sort of 10 times a week, doing quite a couple of hours a session. So you're doing lots and lots and lots. And I went on and won the inter-school cross country with no running training because I just had the lung capacity and the stamina.
Yeah.
And that always, helped the running because I was swimming at the same time, and I never really trained for running, but I always did well. So in my mind, it's like, okay, we'll get you in there for 4 weeks. We'll get you up going. So I started putting together some sort of breathing stuff, and so I was doing less than 20 links in this hour session, but it was lots of sort of lung work. And then I'm like, okay, I might bring in a little bit of sort of, I guess you could call it soft hypnosis, but it's not. It's more sort of like just kind of a visualization, but it's my sort of version of it.
Yeah.
And within a week, he was like, oh, I'm feeling, good. So, and then a couple of the other boys were sort of watching and, we'll jump in as well.
Yeah, wow.
And so we were just sort of getting more and more to these sessions, and then people are watching. And I mean, the sessions, they were challenging, but we weren't overdoing it. And so as well as a little bit of swimming, I was doing sort of a little bit of water running and drill-based work just to keep the legs and that mobile, and even just underwater and breath holding. And so after 4 weeks, he hadn't picked up a rugby ball once.
Wow.
He hadn't done any land-based because I think it was his knee. I'm pretty sure it was his knee. And it's like, well, you have to be ready for reps.
Of course.
And he went out and he played the rep game. It was a hot day. So no running at all for a month, no picking up a ball. He played 80 minutes. He outlasted, and the team they played was sort of like the top rep side that these guys had been training 2, 3, 4 times a week, at least with just their fitness, let alone their skills. And he outlasted all of them.
Wow.
And like he was knackered at the end, but he still had that level where he could go better.
Phenomenal.
And so we're like, okay, there's really something to this. And so after 2 weeks though, like it was measurable. Okay, my recovery's quicker. So I'm doing an explosive sort of activity, but I'm recovering sort of a lot quicker than what I did. And so we were getting more and more people along to them. And then, within that 2 week period, they're like at training, I'm feeling I'm not doubled over as long and I'm outperforming these others. And it was even people who were super unfit at that point in time were like within 2 weeks, jeepers. And this is only like half a dozen sessions of less than an hour. And as we're going, it's just tweaking it more and just fine tuning. And at one of the sessions there, a couple of rugby boys there, and one was an All Black, and he was sort of watching. And
amazing.
I'm like, why don't you jump on in? Just being cheeky.
Yeah.
So, well, I can't today. So, but I said, well, we're going to be here on Tuesday.
Such,
thinking, whatever.
He won't turn up.
And he turned up.
Wow.
But he also, and then he started coming to the sessions. And
amazing.
Then we had a couple of other super players that were, from different franchises. There was a Highlander, a Crusader, that were turning up and jumping in.
Yeah.
And
would I know the All Black?
Yes.
If you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You don't want to say his name?
Ethan Blackadder.
I know that last name for sure. Wow.
Yeah, so his dad used to be captain.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
how good. That would have made you feel amazing.
Yeah, it was good. And one point I was sending him programs in Christchurch. So it was pretty cool knowing like you have people like him who have access to the best trainers and coaches in the world and still found what I was doing to be on another level altogether. And so through what it is, what we sort of worked out is I can just the 3 sessions a week. Less than an hour each one. Like I said, it doesn't matter what your swimming ability is, like whether you can swim a length or not, it makes no difference because we can still work it. Doesn't matter. Like I tweak your stroke anyway, but you can be the best swimmer in the world. You can be the best dog paddler in the world. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter whether you're a rugby player, a basketballer, a golfer, a runner, a martial artist, cricketer. It doesn't matter because we tailor it to what we do. To what your code is specifically, and it's just so easy.
Good.
So a 4 to 6 week can give you, in some cases, like a 20% fitness that you cannot get land-based. You just cannot do it. A 20% increase in fitness and capacity. You got your reduced injury. You've got
less.
It's just
that's
you can
amazing.
actually remove land-based training by doing it, and you're not just swimming up and down. And like the sessions are hard, but guarantee
it'll work.
It'll work, guarantee. 100%.
I've seen some footage. I don't know if it was on your page or Con's page of like heavy balls underwater, like sprinting, all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
I just got.
Was that your page or his?
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
So it's things
I did
like
a little deep dive.
you're just sitting there and you're like thinking about it, and okay, what if we did this? Okay, you've got this code
Makes
here,
sense.
so. You're a forward in rugby, so
you got to push hard.
Yeah, so we need that. Okay, well, you're playing golf, so how can we work around that? Okay, cool.
Yeah, so good.
But it was just so basic, and it was quite by accident, purely because my son got injured.
Yeah,
and then he was like, "Wow, 80 minutes of not doing any land running for a week. I mean, for 4 weeks, and he outperformed everyone that had been training the whole way at the paid professionals.
So good.
Yeah.
Do you? Is it something you still do now, or teaching?
I was sort of helping a few local rugby boys, sort of off season or pre-season last year, and it's really good. So it's awesome for pre-season stuff like that. Anywhere between 4 to 8 weeks, will give you. And if you're injured too, injured, it's amazing. But it will give you a level of fitness you simply cannot get no matter what you train.
So good.
And I was almost in with a couple of NRL teams.
Okay.
Ready, like talking about meeting and everything.
Yeah.
But the problem you have is the trainers don't like it. So look, at the end of the day,
well, I know one of the physios at the Titans at the moment. So
well, it was interesting because, I've actually worked in sports teams before, and that's how I met Con. I was part of management for one of the professional rugby teams. And I was management and team masseuse. Okay. So he came to play as a sort of an import for our team.
Yep. And I like to look at you, mate.
we didn't. He never got a massage. No, bugger that. No, that's for
now we get some all the time.
That's the soft cocks, but we never crossed the line until end of season, and kept it professional.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he was old school. No, you don't. You're soft if you need a massage, but yeah, he loves it now.
Now he wants one.
But the problem I have is, arguably I'm a nobody from nowhere coming in to a professional setup where you've got these, and just my experience with trainers from through rugby and that sort of thing. Okay, they're awesome. They're good. They know what they're doing, but the egos are massive.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
You got all your university degrees, and as I said, here's somebody who's got nothing, but I can
make you better.
I can make your athletes fitter them. And they don't like that. So that's where the stonewall is up.
Correct.
But it's like, hang on a minute, I can complement, I can work in with you and you can take all the kudos, all the glory. I don't care. I don't need glory.
Yeah.
But it's a network like an old, not necessarily old boys because there's a, woman involved in coaching and fitness and all that, but just for the sake of what we're talking about, an old boys network and just a
pretty cool,
a no name coming in.
Yeah.
It's it doesn't fly. And hey,
Hey,
It is
you
what
did
it is,
you
so-
did and it works and it's proven.
It
and
works.
You're still
That's
doing
what I'm
it,
saying.
so
Just for anyone that's,
give it a go.
it will take you to a level. There's nothing on the land that can get you to there, and up to 20% more. And when you're at an elite level, that 1%, 2%, 3%,
Yeah.
but it'll
That's what
give
you
you more
need.
than that.
Yeah.
One of my guys was goal kicking, and within a month he took his percentage in the 60s to in the 80s.
Wow.
And that was literally doing my pool stuff with my little,
Crazy.
so.
How good.
And his golf game improved too. He took about 5 or 6 off his golf game.
Wow.
So,
Amazing.
yeah.
Amazing. We talked about your whole battle with the COVID jab and
Yeah.
all that, but then that led you to something fucking pretty
Mad. Insane.
something very crazy.
Insanity.
But before we dive into that, do you need to go to the toilet or anything?
No, I'm good.
You sweet?
Yep.
All good.
Oh, I'm glad.
So Con wrote it down, and you've sent me some links of
Yeah.
listening to a bit of stuff, and I won't say what you did, but you're obviously from New Zealand, and
Yep.
so is Con.
Yep.
And as we all are well aware of, you couldn't travel, or you had to go into huge isolation and stuff to travel anywhere.
Yep.
So you and Con come up with this idea. I think it was more so Con than yourself. Was that correct?
It was kind of a joint thing, but
Yeah.
I mean, so COVID had shut the world down,
Yes.
and everyone was back in New Zealand. So
Yes.
we hadn't seen anyone for 2 years.
Yeah.
And that was hard because we
Of
both
course.
would go back 3 or 4 times a year, and
Yeah.
then they'd also be over as well. So we're seeing each other fairly every couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd opened up the borders,
Yes.
just opened up. And so I shot back for about a month to
Okay.
see the family and, of course, see my son, because
Yeah.
it was just like, it was just 2 years is a long time when you
It
can't
is.
see people that you love and you want to be around. And,
Yeah.
but while I was over there, they were starting to shut down again. And so I was one of the
I could
first
get
flights
out.
back to New Zealand. Then I was
Yeah.
one of the last flights back out to come back here.
Yeah.
And then things sort of escalated again, and it was, oh my gosh, if they're going to do this, are they going to shut us down forever? Are we ever going to be able to see people again?
Yeah.
So, of course, we didn't have the jab, so we weren't allowed to fly. We couldn't go into quarantine, plus we had our dog.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm not leaving her behind anywhere.
What kind of dog?
She was a Kelpie Border Collie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so
She was
flat out.
amazing.
Yeah.
She was such a cool dog. And so she came everywhere because she was my service dog anyway.
Yeah.
So
You need a tattoo of her.
I've kind of got, I'll have a look
One
at
that you've
later.
had removed.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
happy with it sort of.
Yeah. Nice.
But we're sitting there and we've got the stress of the police and the court case, and I
lot
can't see
going
my
on.
family. I can't, if they shut down again, what are we going to do? And I made the comment to Con, and, at that time we were both sort of pretty just sort of despair and
Drained.
it's just, drained and
Yeah.
just that little feeling of hopelessness. And it's like, well, if they're not going to let us fly, the only way we can get home is by boat. But it was a flippant comment. It was just
Fucking extreme.
it was not a serious comment. It was just,
having a joke in a way.
just sort of
Yeah.
that's the only way we can do it, is by boat.
Yeah.
I shit you not, 24 hours, 2 days later, we were looking at boats. And
And it wasn't a small boat either.
out there, it was damn small. Jeepers, it was, wow.
Fucking extreme.
So, like, if you were cruising around just the bays and,
It's
just
quite big.
here, it was a beautiful boat. It was a
How big was it?
72 foot. So it was 22 and a half meters.
Which is big.
It was, for a pleasure boat. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't a yacht. It didn't have a keel. It was a pleasure boat that's
Yeah.
made for motoring in calm conditions around, the canals. Not for crossing one of the most notoriously rough bodies of water in the
Pacific
world.
Ocean.
Like, come on. Mad. What are you thinking? So anyway,
Sorry to cut you off before you dive into that. As a 72-foot yacht isn't cheap to purchase.
No, we sold the house and
Yeah. So there's a lot going on in 2 days to start looking for boats. Obviously, you didn't purchase it in 2 days.
no,
but-
it took about a month to purchase. Like by the time we sort of looked and we looked at different boats
So
and
the mindset of, fuck, I need to see my family, I'll sell my house,
yeah,
it's pretty extreme.
it is. Yeah.
And you were both on the same wavelength, obviously. One didn't say yes and one didn't say no.
No, we're in sync,
Yeah.
you know, and just everything like we knew things were turning to shit because the whole
well, you'd been the court case
QPS
and everything.
It was just, we screwed, you know, we've got nothing, you're going to lose your job. This is going to happen.
So might as well sell the house so we do have something.
You know, we had no support back here because you're completely cut off from the QPS. The union had written you off. We had no family here and it was actually really tough, really hard.
Yeah.
And so it's not many people here had your back.
Yeah. Which is very sad.
But back in New Zealand, it was like, okay, my family.
Mm-hmm.
So that was what was important to us. We just need to be around support because we had nothing here. And
did you buy it locally?
yes.
Okay, so that's convenient.
Yeah. So, you know, and it's funny because there wasn't a lot on offer across the coast, and we're even looking
Especially
at ones,
that size.
you know, that were in Perth, and but how do we get them here? And,
and the cost if you are to do that.
You know, different ones around Australia. And so the one we ended up going with was here, and there was one that we looked at that was the same sort of brand and similar model, but a lot smaller.
Okay.
And looking back, it's like I couldn't imagine. There's no way I could have done it in a smaller.
So there's a lot of money too when you to buy a boat.
Yeah.
To buy, and I don't need to know numbers, and that's none of our business. But to buy a 72-foot yacht then is a lot cheaper to buy than it would be to buy a 72-foot yacht now.
Yeah.
It would be quite more expensive now.
Yeah.
But it's still quite a lot of money back then too.
It's a lot. It was a lot of money. But I guess at the time everything was just so uncertain.
Yeah.
And it was just, how do we get to family?
Yeah.
Because it was just such a...
So how did you get there? Tell me how you orchestrated this whole...
Through absolute sheer insanity. You know, and you look back now and you're like, what were we thinking?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, what are you thinking?
That's my thought.
But the process to do it from when the idea was born to starting to look 2 days later, like physically going to
boats
and looking and contacting the brokers or dealers or whatever they are, to looking into what do we need to do? Like what?
How much fuel do we need? How much this do we need? How much of that do we need?
You know, we had to arrange sort of a sea trial with it, what needs doing, what needs fixing, how can we do that? Whether we need to go and get our boat license, have to get my radio license, what's the rules and regulations between Australia and New Zealand? And there was so much. There was so much to plan and organise, and roughly, I think we spent maybe 6 weeks through that time, and it was every day, like just because everyone says, you know, were you scared? What you were thinking? Well, we never thought about it.
Yeah,
because we simply didn't have the time. Because for that good 6 weeks, 8, 10, 12 hours a day, shit you not, every single day, planning, getting the radio, getting our licenses, what's the paperwork? Because what would happen too is I'd contact New Zealand and say, okay, if we do ABC, what do I need to have in terms of paperwork?
Yes.
What do I need to do? And then I'd get 5 different answers. And then I'd go to Australia, border security and the relevant, what do I need to do? 5 different answers. And then so you
had all the answers with you.
Yeah, I'd have phone calls, I'd have emails, and I'd make sure that I had everything on paper. So I could, if they said you did it wrong, well, here you go. Here's what you've given me, and I would record the phone calls, and then. But it was just there was so much red tape and so much to plan and organise, and even in terms of upgrading the boat and getting that done, the amount of work that needed doing in terms of just your navigation systems, your
getting it up to
your tracking systems, your like you said, how much extra fuel do we need to take, and the calculation of that.
Water, food,
we
everything.
need bladders. And what can we take? What do we need to do in terms of the dog? Because she's coming back on the boat with us. Like initially when we were doing it, we're like, oh, it'll just be the 2 of us and we'll be right. We'll just take turns. And then you sort of think, well, maybe it might help to take a couple of people on because if we're tired or something, because.
Or if something breaks down and you don't know how to fix it, or if there's
and even
a hole
then,
or whatever it is.
That's I didn't know where to go or where to look, but I just sort of stumbled my way around on Facebook and found a couple of groups, and I just put out a post, just like a generalised one, just saying, hey guys, we're looking at getting a boat. We didn't have it at that stage, and I made it clear this is what we're planning to do. We want to go back. We're on the Gold Coast. Want to go back to New Zealand. We're in the process of looking at a boat, still yet to purchase.
It's fucking crazy.
If we were to do this, would anyone be interested in perhaps coming back and helping us on the trip?
Yeah.
And boy, did I get smashed. I got, because there were 30,000 Kiwis stuck in Australia trying to get home. Yeah. And I had just so many responses of people begging and desperate to get home. And we had one guy that he'd tried 9 times to get quarantine, MIQ, couldn't do it. Wife and kids. We had, these people were coming from all over Australia just begging to get on. And it's like, how do you determine who? Yeah. So, then it was like, okay, guys, let me know what your experience is. Do you have, because
have you done this?
Have you done this before? So it would kind of be good if we had people that, if stuff did go wrong, like what would be likely to go wrong, how could they help us? So your engineers, your diesel mechanics, that sort of thing. So people who had done the trip before. So we managed to put together a pretty good team.
Do you have 7 people?
All of us together, 7 and a dog, and really eclectic mix of people. And there was
what did you have?
There's one guy from Taranaki, and he was a diesel mechanic.
Perfect.
Awesome.
In case anything
he was a cool dude. Completely different to us. But just such a cool dude. And he was the one who'd tried so many times to get into. Couldn't. There was a girl who ironically had connections to people Condit, that they all knew the same people. Okay. There was another guy and girl who had come from maybe, I don't know if they come from Victoria or New South Wales. Can't remember. But they had worked in the mines, but they'd both done the crossing on sailing yachts. Okay. And he'd done the crossing sort of a dozen times or whatever. So he had sort of, really good idea. And there was another guy who came from Melbourne, and so I'm from the top of the South Island, and he's from another town top of the South Island. He'd tried to get home and couldn't, so he...
Plus you and Con and the dog.
And the dog. So it was a really eclectic mix, like everyone from different backgrounds. And,
amazing.
You wouldn't cross paths in everyday life. No. But,
you still talk to all these people?
From time to time, yeah, from time to time. I mean, it's... You see the odd post or or message or that sort of thing.
It's fucking, so don't mind me asking this, and you can not answer it if you want to. So obviously the boat costs a lot of money. Yeah. Then there's the stuff that needs to be fixed. There's the tracking devices. There's everything. Mm. But then there's fuel. Yeah. Fuel's not cheap either. No. So like I said, this is a part where you don't have to answer if you don't want to. Mm. These 5 people that came, did they have to pay to get on your boat, or how did it all work? What we did
is it was like, everyone get your own food. Okay. And just split the fuel costs evenly. So they all each paid the same for fuel that I did and Con did. So we went so that way, like, we're not charging you passage as such. We just want just help us cover the cost of fuel. Yeah. And
you've got the boat at the end of the day. Yeah.
And so there was none of this, well, you have to pay X amount to come on us and then do this. But it's like, okay, everyone just make sure you get your own food and supplies. Yeah.
Did people bring more so than others, or was it, how was that?
There was enough food. Yeah. I think there was
too much.
A few that liked the odd tipple. A couple that liked to drink or two, and within sort of, I think half the trip has. Well, tell me about it. But a couple of those that liked their drinks, their booze was gone, sort of halfway through, and so. But because it was so rough when we left, and even right down, it came down to the wire so close that. As we were pulling out, because the window, we had a really limited window, because with the dog, when you're traveling internationally with her, she's got to have blood tests and all these things, and you only have X amount of hours
Yeah.
to depart.
Okay.
Otherwise, you have to redo it. And we couldn't redo it again because it was another 2 or 3 weeks before the import vet was available.
Yeah.
So it's only specialised vets. So it was
all based around the dog.
bee's dick worth of time frame that we had, plus the upcoming weather that we've been following as well, because that time of year you get lots of storms and cyclones. And so we couldn't have, if we didn't leave then and there, we couldn't have done it. And as it was, because it was sort of last minute stuff, I asked for like, I think a 24-hour extension with the dog, which they never give, but they did give us.
Okay, wow.
And then like the final weeks on the boat. So it's Border Control, Australian Border Control were on our boat. The engine was cranked up. It's like 5:30 at night as we're leaving.
Wow.
And I'm on, we're literally stepping on the boat, pulling away as Border Control's getting off. It was that close in terms of time, but it was so rough when we left. And again, you didn't have time to think about it because everyone's like, well, you're nervous. And it's, I'm trying to, give them all the paperwork and this and that so we can get away on time. And so as we left, we're going through the Gold Coast and then out the Spit area, and it was so rough. And it wasn't until we
it's rough through
sort of got
normally.
through there, but it was extra rough. Yeah. And you're like, okay, all right, this is a little bit more than anticipated. And then within sort of an hour of leaving, it was dark. And I can just remember, like, we were just going to straight line it from Gold Coast to New Zealand.
Okay.
Yeah, just straight line it. But it was so rough that night. And
I personally, this is me thinking, sorry to cut you off.
No, go.
Would be head down the coast and then across.
Yeah. Well, that's what we ended up doing because it was just sort of boom into the swell like that. And Conan said because he was really monitoring the weather and he's like, okay, for the first day or so, we're going to have some pretty rough weather. Boy, did I not
more than a day?
Oh, probably a day and a half, but no clue how rough it was going to be.
Yeah, wow.
And so all through the night it was just boom, up and down. And so I was really crook for a couple of days. Like I was just spewing, and it's the first time I've ever get seasick and where you feel queasy, but I've never thrown up ever.
This much.
And it's a different kind of sickness altogether. And man, it was horrendous. And it's so rough that you can't stand, and you're feeling so ill, and you're throwing up, and
crazy.
It was just, and it was scary, and it's dark, and you just
you got no other option.
And just the mind games. And we had to be at sea, like just around all the quarantine rules. You had to be at sea for minimum international waters for 7 days.
Okay.
So, and then because it was your quarantine time was on the boat, and it was 10 days total, but you could not enter New Zealand waters once you left Australia. You could not enter because initially we thought, we'll go down the coast and we'll go and refill at Lord Howe Island or something. You weren't allowed to stop. You weren't allowed to drop anchor. You weren't allowed to do anything like that. So for 7 days we're at crawling pace, maybe 5.5, 6 knots.
Wow.
And just trying, like, because we also had diesel bladders and that sort of thing. Just trying to conserve fuel, and so you couldn't go too fast either.
Yeah, wow.
So it was a really, really tough gig, and so it got rough.
That's crazy.
And then settled down for a little bit. So you had a day or so where it was okay.
Yeah.
And then it got super rough again in the middle, and I just remember it one night. Look, me and Con just looked at each other. It's like 2:00 in the morning. You haven't slept. You're feeling so gross, and it was just fear, both of us. And we're both strong people. We're both tough. We're both, used to working through adversity, but we never said a word to one another, and you just pinned on for dear life, trying not to get thrown around on the floor.
That's crazy.
And it was just that look of fear, but also, what have we done?
Yeah.
But you can't stop. You can't undo it. You can't change.
And you've got everyone else on there with you too.
Yeah, but there's nothing you can do to change it. And so, look, no, I wouldn't do it again.
Have you still got the boat?
No, we ended up selling it. We use it a little bit over in New Zealand, which is kind of cool because it would take 10, 12 out on us because there were enough. And we go out for 3 or 4 days at a time, and we do fishing and paddleboarding, and my son and nephew, they got wetsuits and spear guns and taught themselves how to spear dive, and so it was really, really cool.
Yeah, how good.
Yeah.
How good. I'll just close that door now because everyone will start to rock up. Oh, we might get a little bit hot, but we'll be right.
That's all right.
What was I going to say? So, once again, you don't need to answer this question if you don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
Did you sell the boat because it helped with legal stuff, or was it just
we
you weren't
needed?
using
Yeah,
it?
we needed the money. In the end, so and
Which
that
makes sense.
was a heck of a process in and of itself as well. So we had it sort of sold, and the people who were buying it were coming from a different part of New Zealand. And
Okay.
sort of a week or two before the contract was all ready to go.
Yeah.
So they were farmers from up in the North Island.
Okay.
And big cyclone storm came through and wiped them out.
piss
So
off.
wiped their farms out. So that fell back through. And then it's like, okay. And then we had someone else and that sort of never came to fruition. But it was quite interesting because in the marina, there
You're
was
paying mooring fees and stuff like that too.
yeah, so
and it's a big
expensive.
boat.
so expensive, and just the fuel. You
Yeah,
know, it's-
exactly.
To fill her up and that,
Wouldn't
it
have been
takes
cheap.
a bit. No.
How much, if you don't mind me asking? 20,000?
Oh no,
No?
it can't be the one for that. I can't
Yeah.
remember how much it took, but
Well, they wouldn't have a small tank anyway.
no,
I know that
I
much.
can't remember how
Plus
much it
the-
was.
Plus your bladders.
Might have been about $3,000 to
Yeah,
fill
wow.
the tanks. Like the bladders were different altogether.
Yeah. That's not too bad. I thought it would have been well.
I can't remember. Like he's the one to talk
Yeah.
to, but the bladders, I
Yeah,
can't remember what they were.
it's crazy though.
But yeah, a few thousand.
Yeah, and you sold it. And that
We
was-
did sell it, but it was funny because there was a German guy in the marina who had a smaller boat than
Okay.
what we did, but he fancied himself as a bit of a ladies' man.
Okay,
And
he
so
needed
our
the big
boat
one.
was about 20 foot bigger.
Yeah, wow.
And so he bought that out of ego. So we did the boat
Perfect.
swap with a little bit of,
Cashola your way.
yeah.
Yeah.
But what was funny is the boat had only had a front thruster. It didn't have a rear.
Okay.
So with the crosswinds trying to park in the marina where we were, it was pretty hard.
Yeah.
And his boat that he had both front and rear
So he
thrusters.
wasn't
So it
used
was
to that.
easy.
Yeah.
And yeah, it sounds like since then he's the ego got the better of him and he's
Got rid of it.
No, he hasn't got rid of it, but
Okay.
it's been like quite hard for him to learn to drive. So we had a little giggle with that.
Has
And
he still
then-
got it, you reckon? Or you don't know?
Yeah, he has.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least you still know where it is.
Yeah.
That's pretty special.
And then the boat we sold that, and then it was another one who came in who wanted the partial swap. So we ended up selling 3 boats
Oh, wow.
from the one we bought.
cool.
Huge loss, financial loss. But look, at the end of the
Yeah.
day, it was a means to an end to get home to our family.
It's a story.
And I wouldn't change it for the world because at that time we got there, because we never got the jabs, we were locked out from society and we weren't allowed to do stuff. And then you've got, the young 20-somethings that I also didn't get the jab and they weren't allowed to do their sport. They weren't allowed to do anything. So it was really tough for them being young. I mean, it's easier for us being a bit older. Mate, I don't care. Go yours with me.
Exactly right. Yeah.
But for these guys that they're not allowed to do their sport or do the things that they love doing with their friends, the boat came in really handy. And I think for everyone's mental health, it was actually amazing because all of us could go out on it. There were enough beds, there was enough space, and it was interesting. Like on New Year's Eve, so we got into my hometown on Boxing Night.
Okay.
And then there's the Abel Tasman and beautiful bays and beaches around. So
Lovely.
we did that, and there's a little area called Kaiteri, which we grew up. It's just beautiful little beach area with caravans and holiday homes and that sort of thing. And my parents didn't get the jab either.
Okay.
But every year for the last however many years, dozens of years, New Year's Eve would be spent with friends down at the campsite and
Lovely.
and
They couldn't do it?
they were uninvited.
Yeah.
And so
wow.
people that were their friends just rejected
Fuck
them
off.
and it was so upsetting. And, like my parents are amazing, but mum's just the sweetest, most loveliest person you'll ever meet. And she was just so hurt. And it's like, right. So we had the kids with us, so my son and his partner and the nephews and nieces. And it's like, right, we're coming over. So rang the parents and said, you got no plans? Cool. Because we've bought some prawns from
Yeah,
here
nice.
and
How
taken
good.
them over with us. And I had a couple of bottles of proper champagne too
Lovely.
that had been gifted to us.
How good.
So I said to Mum, right, we're over your way. So be ready at, 6
Such and
o'clock,
such.
for example, and we'll come and get you. So we parked in the bay and took the tender over to
Amazing.
the beach, brought them over to the boat. So
They would love
instead
that.
of sitting in the campground, we were sitting in the water in the bay,
In the 72-foot
eating
yacht,
prawns, drinking champagne.
doing these ones.
Yeah, pretty much. We absolutely was.
The
And,
Mr. Bean.
and just to be able to take such an awful situation that it really it was so,
Yeah, that's fucked.
you look back and just think, God, people had just lost their ever-loving minds, really.
Yeah.
So to be able to turn that around and have a really happy time, and then they had fireworks. So, but we were on the boat,
Yeah.
but the fireworks were on the water as well.
Yeah,
so we
yeah.
had the
You're
prime
perfect.
view for it.
Yeah. Would have been gorgeous.
So to be able to do that, where everyone was sort of feeling really shut out of everything.
Yeah.
So most weekends we'd say, right, boat trip, who's in? And everyone's like, yeah, we'll go. So
Yeah.
you had the tender, you had the paddle boards, you had the kayak,
Amazing.
you do fishing, and it was just, okay, we'll go to the next bay, the next bay, the next bay, and next time we'll go to another area.
Yeah. It would have been special.
It was really
Yeah.
good, because as I said, it took a lot off the pressure of them being shut out of life.
Yeah.
And I think it was just a real godsend for all of us just to
So good.
reconnect and have a lot of fun in the process. And we did. We had so much fun.
So good.
Yeah.
Amazing. I got a question here.
Mm.
What's one story you feel proud of to share, but you don't talk about it very often?
Great question.
Thanks.
I guess probably going back to the full mental health aspect, because, initially it was the shame, it was the stigma, it was and it was something I was really ashamed of.
Yeah.
And that took a long time to deal with. And, even now, like years later, people are like, oh, yeah, okay. I'm okay talking about it now. Because do you know what? There's probably every second person is fighting a battle that none of
they
us
are.
know about. And
Couldn't agree more.
what I always viewed as weakness in others,
Yeah.
and I judged others, and then you get smacked upside the head, and it's like,
Yeah.
spend a long time judging yourself. So it's probably that,
Yeah, lovely.
because it's something that I honestly never in a million years dreamt that would happen to someone like me.
No. And you don't wish it upon anyone.
I would never wish it upon my worst enemy, honestly. It's brutal. So to me, the fact that it was a very humbling experience in some ways.
Yeah.
And as you look back, incredibly humbling, because I was never that person that would get, because I was too strong. I was too tough. But the fact now, far out, the tallest trees will often fall. And so I'm okay with it now. Like, I don't go out there yelling it from the rooftops and that, but I'm happy to talk about it now because it's real, it's life, but it also shows that it doesn't have to define you. It doesn't have to keep you stuck in that place. And, if you really, there's a desire to get well, you can do it. And you'll fall down 100 times, and being able to find what's right for you. And one thing that was interesting too is when I was sort of searching for ways to get well, I joined a couple of sort of social or like Facebook groups.
Yeah.
And that was a real eye-opener and turning point for me, because I thought, okay, this is going to be cool. It's a group of people all going through what I'm going through, common ground, they'll know what's happening. But I pulled myself out of that group within 2 weeks. It was like, oh my gosh, because there were so many people that just were stuck in the victimhood.
Yeah.
They wanted, and just again, my opinion, it felt like they wanted the victimhood, they wanted the status, they wanted to feel miserable. There was a whole lot of people who didn't want to get better.
Yeah,
and
right.
I could see them, their whole identity was being stuck with this label and stuck in it. And I don't know, it was almost like their whole self-worth or being relied on them having this label of being sick with PTSD. And,
wow.
and I'm like, I don't want to be that.
No.
And that was a real eye-opener for me, and it happened quickly. So I took myself out of the group and thought, no, if I stay within this, I'll never get better.
Yeah.
I'll never get better. I need
So many people would still do that to this day.
But it's like this whole pick, this victimhood, this and that. Pick a label, mate. Like
Exactly.
I don't want to be a victim. I don't want to be that person that people feel sorry for, or just say, and life comes and just another cricket bat to the head, another.
Yeah.
This time it's to the face. This time it's,
to my ribs, or whatever it is.
Not ideal, again, but what can we do? I don't want to be the victim. I don't want to be the person that people look at.
Great mentality.
Feel sorry for, and because, again, at the end of the day, there's always someone worse off than you. And
couldn't agree more.
I could rattle off a bunch off the top of my head at the moment, people who are going through some unimaginable stuff, and my stuff, not a blip on the radar compared to what they're doing.
So true. Is there a life lesson you learnt the hard way that you can laugh about now? Another good question.
Really good question.
So we're getting into a little bit more deeper stuff now, but then we're going to have some fun very soon.
I guess everything, like just the whole victimhood narrative.
Okay.
Because there's a whole lot of feeling sorry for yourself, and
so the
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
The viewers won't understand the context of that, but one day maybe, But
they will.
That for me at the moment is probably one of it. That the ego plays such a massive role, in how you view and get over yourself.
Yeah,
like, honestly, get over yourself, and that has been super, super hard, and
you're still struggling with that, but that's all right.
Yeah. But Con can make me laugh with it as well.
Yeah. And you'll laugh about it soon
when
too.
You've got people on your team, when you've got people in your corner, things are just that much easier. And
definitely.
Yeah. Everyone needs a Con in their corner. Yeah. Simple as that. Because,
lovely. That means a lot.
Yeah, so I'm getting there.
But they can't have your Con.
No, you get your own. I'll fight to the death for that one.
Oh, I love it.
You can borrow him for fun, for shits and giggles, and he'll give you lots of giggles. He'll probably give you the shits as well.
Probably reword that. You can borrow him for fun.
Yeah, borrow.
Depends what fun
my
we're
version
about.
Of passing my version of my.
We'll determine what fun is.
Yeah, it's got to go through me first.
Funny I say that because you're talking, and this is completely off topic, but it makes sense. So I'm going to say it anyway. So you're talking about police officers and stuff and playing up and all the rest of it. One of my guests on the couch here owns a swingers business.
Okay.
And quite a long episode also, but very eye-opening. And
I can only imagine.
And I talked to her about, because she hosts quite large parties and stuff. One of the biggest, is probably the biggest in the southern Queensland area. And
lots of police, I bet.
Correct.
Yes. Yeah.
A lot of police officers, a lot of teachers, a lot of ambulance, service people.
Yeah, all the upstanding ones are some of the dodgiest people you'll ever meet.
And that's why I bring it up, because they do photography and videos and stuff and post it on social media. But if you've got a certain coloured sticker on your shirt or your hand or whatever it is, you can't be featured on the socials.
Yeah.
She said a lot of them are teachers, police officers, judges, all that kind of shit.
I fully believe that.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck, that just opens your eyes.
Because there's always rumours, through the police force of these ones are swingers and these ones do that, and that's
very
always true. And various ones have had unwanted videos, be made public, and it's like, yikes, should have maybe been a little bit more careful there, but. And the worst thing with policing is feral beyond belief. Is let's say someone has an X-rated video that's slipped or come out. Yeah, moth to a flame. Everyone's it flies on shit. They're straight to it, looking at it and passing it around. It's like,
not good.
It's pretty, feral. A lot of ferals in the
job. What's the biggest misconception about being a police officer?
that the job is all just action and,
Yep.
you know, that you're running around and you get your gun out and you can shoot the knife out of somebody's hand and that it's all very like the movies.
Yeah, okay.
It's nothing like that at all. And like so much of the job is paperwork. And even now, like first response, like your frontline police, 70-80% of the job can be paperwork.
Yeah,
and that's what you don't think. You think, okay, I'm going to join and I'm going to chase the bad guys and I'm going to do this. Mate, you're going to be sitting in that office in front of the computer doing up paperwork like there's no tomorrow. And then if you're taking somebody to court and they're going to fight the charges, good luck. Get yourselves, 2 or 3 days to get all your paperwork together.
Yeah, right.
It's it's nothing like that. It's nothing like the movies at all. And
so being in like the police force and everything else you've done in your life, how do you handle pressure, expectations, and noise from the outside?
It's not really an issue.
Okay. You don't let it affect you?
No, not at all.
Did you ever let it affect you?
Probably, yeah. I think when I was policing, it was.
How did you deal with it then?
Oh, you get triggered, you get wound up. And, and you take it personally.
Yeah.
And like even on the job, I mean, every day you're abused, you're called names and all the rest of it. It's not you, it's the uniform, it's the authority side of it.
But for so long you didn't, it did affect you because it built up that cup like you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, to be fair, it does do that. And you think, especially if you're sort of like your heart's in the right place and you really want to change things and do things that,
Yeah, poor me syndrome.
Yeah, it's like, that's not me, but
now
it doesn't bother me. And
lovely.
You learn, don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah.
Because I can't change what you think of me.
Yeah. I think you're an amazing human, just quietly.
Oh, thanks. But taken a long way to get there, but I can't change what other people think of me.
No, not at all.
All I can do is each day try to put my best foot forward.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't do that. Sometimes I cock things up monumentally. Sometimes I can do an arsehole move that really, hey, you need to give yourself an uppercut.
Shit.
That was not good, you know. So every day is still learning, but when you have good people in your team, again, back to Con and my family and, good people around you and, even mates that you might not hear from in a while, but when you do, you pick up where you left off.
Yeah, lovely.
So if you have a good village around you, you're always going to be okay.
Yeah,
because
spot on.
Even when you do screw up, you have the people around you to say, hey, pull your head in.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. So,
wow. Lovely. Is there something you've taken from being in the police force and that you use in everyday life now? Something that you learnt possibly while you're in the force? No?
Not necessarily, but my biggest takeaways from policing, the thing that surprised me more than anything, and, this might not sound that great, is how many stupid people there are in this world. Like the level of stupidness was a real eye-opener. Yeah. The level of pettiness that people will stoop to really, really shocked me. Yeah. But probably one of the biggest things is how much cruelty there is and how cruel some people can be. Yeah. But I mean, to be fair, you're seeing the side of life that most people will never, ever see. Or,
so true.
So I guess there's not, I don't think there's anything, just more of an awareness of what, some things you see you can't unsee and, sometimes ignorance is bliss and all the cliches, but the takeaways for me that I don't necessarily apply to life, but it's just more of an awareness, the stupidity, the pettiness and the cruelty that's out there. And maybe if people were just a bit more kind and patient with one another. And so what if someone cuts you off on the road? Yeah. Who gives a shit? Yeah. What?
As long as they don't hit you off your bike.
True. I guess little things like that. Well, maybe there is. Maybe let's go back on that because you go to car crashes, you go to accidents or things with mental health or, whether it's suicides or just bad things have happened to bad people. Yeah. how can I be a little bit more aware, like with the driving. So even after my crash, but I've been to a bunch of crashes.
Yeah.
You are more aware of things.
Yeah, of
so
course.
you're more aware of what can happen and more aware of maybe what families are going through if they've had something really traumatic. So awareness. Okay.
Yeah,
So
lovely.
there is.
How good. Has there been someone that's been a massive influence on your life other than your husband? As we get some noise from the background, girls running amok.
Just family in general, whether it's my parents, my son, like everybody, every day always sort of, there's a little piece of everyone everywhere, and at different stages of life and the ups and downs along the way. And sometimes it's a kind word, sometimes it's an angry word, sometimes it's, but there's always someone along the way that, whether it's intended or unintended influence. Yeah, family.
Yeah, lovely. Love that. How do you stay focused and motivated?
It's easy when you got good people around you.
Yeah, it is, definitely.
But also when you get tired of like for example, body inflammation.
Yes.
Like sort of a couple of little health issues over the last year. And when you get sick and tired of waking up sore every day and your joints hurting, like how can I change that? So,
yes.
I've been working with an amazing guy at Sporty's Warehouse. He's a former naturopath and his name's Todd. Like seriously, if anyone has any health issues whatsoever, go and see Todd there.
That
like
bundle there.
Yeah, he is, like he works Monday to Friday.
Around the corner from us.
Out the gate, this guy is just crazy good. He has so much knowledge and I've been just working with him. Like he just gives you advice. You're getting all this amazing information from him for free.
Yeah, wow.
And he's already, like a couple of issues I've had, nailed them. And like over 3 months, they're resolving themselves and it's like,
amazing.
I've suffered with this for like the last 10 years and within 3 months you've been able to turn it around. So it's, again, the motivation is wanting to be better, wanting to feel better, wanting to just for life to be as good as it can be despite what's put on your path. How can I work around this?
Yeah, wow.
Because I don't want to be the victim. I don't want to feel like shit. I don't want to be a slug. I don't want to be just a slob. Yeah, and as we get older, the body's going like this to you, and it's like, right, harder. How can I counterbalance that? So, yeah,
how good. That background noise is pissing me off, to be completely honest. I have the whole shop, and they're standing. You can hear them a lot better than I can. But anyway, we won't let that beat us. Where do you want to be in the next 5 years?
I just want to be happy. Whatever I'm doing, wherever I am, I want to be happy and just around the people I want around me. So like with me and Con and family and just the freedom to do what I want.
Yeah, lovely.
Dancing to the beat of my own drum.
How do you get there?
A lot of hard work, blood, sweat and tears and a little bit of luck thrown in.
Yeah, lovely.
So
I like that. Let's have some fun, eh?
Yep. Bring it.
Who's one person that you, other than your husband, actually I'll change this to 3 people that you would have around the dinner table, dead or alive? Anyone in the world?
Ooh. Crazy. I'd have my brother that died back in 2011.
What was his name?
Carl. So I'd have him.
Rest in peace, Carl.
Yep.
Choose wisely.
So I'm not big on celebrities. I've never been.
Nothing wrong with that.
Con.
Okay. It's very nice.
Well, it's just entertaining. You're going to be just cracking up the whole time because you talk so much shit. Him
and I get along well.
He'll keep it lively and entertaining.
Yeah. One more person.
I'd probably bring Jesus to the table as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I apologise for swearing so much.
Hey, shit, I swear.
Yeah, nice.
So,
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
If you could swap lives with one person for one day, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
I'd do it for my brother so he could see his son.
Oh, wow. That's
Because his
special.
son, he died when his son was 3 months old.
Wow.
And his son's about to turn 15 on Valentine's Day. So
right.
I'd give him the chance to, that's who I'd swap with.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's special.
Crazy,
That's very
eh?
special, yeah.
Yeah, Valentine's Day baby as well. So,
Crazy.
yeah.
Crazy. You're stuck on a deserted island. I fucking struggle to say that every time.
Quite happy to be on a deserted island.
You would have seen a few on your way to New Zealand or not?
Nah.
Not one? None at all out there?
Lord Howe, that was it.
Yeah, okay.
But we couldn't stop there.
Yeah.
Because we just had to go through.
What 3 things are you bringing? It's a hard question.
I bring Con because he knows how to build really good shelters.
Okay.
A machete.
What's the last thing?
And a dog.
A dog?
Yeah.
Do you have a dog at the moment?
No, she died back in April.
Oh.
So,
Is that the same one you took away?
yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was her name?
Boots.
Boots.
Yeah.
Lovely.
'Cause she's a black dog with white feet. So,
Oh, nice. Nice.
so
So dog. What kind of dog would you get to take with you?
border collie.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
border collies.
So,
Love border collies.
she was a Kelpie border collie, but she was mostly border collie. Looked like a Kelpie.
Long hair?
No, short hair.
Okay.
But the black and white markings and mad as a
Lovely.
cut snake, but pure border collie personality.
How good.
She was a nutter, but she was awesome.
Do you have any superstitions or routines?
Not really.
No?
I used to a little bit back when I was sort of competing and swimming
Mm-hmm.
and that I had to have certain togs that I'd compete in the heats. And
Yes.
then if I was finals, I had to have certain
Change.
togs of the finals and sort of playlists, that sort of thing. Back when you had Walkmans and the batteries
Yes.
and cassette tapes.
I remember
Now we know
those.
my age.
I remember those.
But not really. Not really.
Not anymore.
No, that was sort of really the only one I had along the way. I'm a little bit OCD in terms of just sometimes, okay, you need things a little bit sort of orderly and neat and
Yep.
tidied up, but really, no. Nothing that would alter or sort of affect if I didn't do, I'd panic or meltdown. There's nothing like that.
Yeah,
no.
lovely. Your life has a theme song. What is it?
Oh, crikey. Welcome to the jungle.
Actual?
Wow.
Is that the first one that come to your
That's
head?
off the top of the head, yeah.
Everyone knows that
it's-
song.
Because it's just been,
By Guns N' Roses, obviously.
yeah, not really my style of music, but just that's been such a,
Wait up.
yeah. Because it's just been so wild and out the gate and so much crap going on.
How good. I like that.
Yeah.
I have to stop it quickly because I'll get copyrighted.
Yeah.
I've been
no worries.
done quite a lot of times. I do like that though. It shows that you're
'Cause it's just chaos.
Chaos, yeah.
Chaos.
That literally took the words out of my mouth. You're a lady of culture in a way. You were born in New Zealand, but
Yeah.
not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Born and bred in New Zealand, but
So I don't know if you can answer this question because it's a difficult one and I don't know. I'll let you try and answer it. And if you don't want to, we can cut this whole question out.
Yep.
If someone's struggling to connect with their culture, what would you recommend they do?
I recommend that they go and talk to the elders, to the real people.
Yeah.
Stay away from the city folk that pretend. You need to go real hardcore, those that have generations, that their knowledge doesn't come from a textbook or from an academic or anything.
Yeah.
Stay away from the academics 100%. Like, for example, with my son, like with his Native American,
Yes.
go to a reservation.
Yeah.
Go to the people who have lived and breathed it, for Indigenous here, like go to the real, again, stay away from the academics and same with New Zealand with the Māori, go to those who live and breathe it and have for generations.
Yes.
Because you can't learn it from a textbook.
No,
you can't learn it from the glass house or the champagne sort of socialist elites. I think, to me, they're the ones that damage the connection for the cultures. Yeah. And I see that in New Zealand. I see that here. I see it across the board with just day-to-day society and the disconnect. I think there's a real disconnect going on now that wasn't there 20 years ago between who is and who isn't. Yeah. And that in general, there's been, and just again, my opinion, a lot of damage done by these city elites that preach but have no clue. Yeah. So to me, if you want to connect to your culture, find someone that's authentic, that's real, that lives and breathes it, and have done generationally.
Love that.
So
I don't ask that question to everyone. I only ask that if they are from New Zealand or if they're from, like, have that background, like Indigenous or whatever it is.
Yeah, but I can see the damage that's done. There's a real divide now and a real sort of wall, and
big time.
Unless we can
with Indigenous and Australian culture, there's a huge divide, but not so much in New Zealand.
There is.
Well, I think a lot of them are banding together a lot more so than the Australian and Indigenous people. Yeah,
New Zealand's sort of,
well,
it's tough at the moment. These are real black and white sort of, like, no pun intended, just sort of like that contrast between the sides, and there is a lot of division going up, and
But they're winning, like they're being heard a lot more in New Zealand than they are in Australia, aren't they?
Potentially, but then...
I could be wrong too, but I feel like they are.
I still think to a degree it's not been addressed as well as it could.
Yeah, okay.
And you can't force people to assimilate. You can't force people to accept, and forcing people to do things that they might not necessarily want to do. And this applies to every aspect in life. You force somebody to do something, you're going to have the opposite effect of what you intend. Like, you want people to, I'm going to force you to be my friend. I'm going to force you. Yeah. You're just going to resent the build-up instead, of it being organic. And when you legislate and sort of try and force things on people, that's where the resentment builds. When things are more organic, that's where the unity
definitely
comes in together. For me, diversity is not a strength. Unity is a strength, because diversity, you have too many people that have no common goal. Yeah. So they're not all going to come together in harmony. Your harmony is found, your strength is found in unity, where everybody's on the same page and everybody working collectively together. And I think by trying to force diversity through culture, through whatever means, through your different sort of whatevers, it's having the opposite effect of what's intended. And I think until we can sort of get rid of the diversity and bring in the unity, we all have a common goal.
Definitely.
The divide's going to get bigger. And I see a big divide everywhere at the moment, and it's not cool.
It's getting worse.
It's getting worse.
Yeah.
So,
what legacy does Kate Barrell want to leave behind?
Just carrying on through adversity.
Okay.
Just keep going, because sooner or later that tide turns. And, I've had days where, like, I've honestly felt this cannot get any worse.
Yeah.
And you sit there questioning, where you're just saying, why? I can't do this anymore. It's too much. And then all of a sudden things are amazing. And then you have the best days of your life not long after. And at the end of the day, we've all survived 100% of the shit that's we've come across. 100% of it. Yeah. We've all been able to do that. So if I've done 100% success rate so far,
what's stopping you?
Exactly. Yeah. So the legacy is just keep going.
Love that.
Because it will turn.
Yeah.
Even though you might not see it at the time.
You've seen the tides turn out in the Great Deep.
Fuck me, the tides are big. King tides, low tides, bloody half tides. Like, what are you doing? Like, honestly. So just keep going.
Oh, fucking.
Keep going.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Do you have any questions for me? Nothing's off books, by the way. You didn't ask me anything.
I need time to prepare.
That's
It's
why I
like
did
they
it
get
like
on the
this.
bed. It's like, wow. So for you, where do you see your legacy? What's your hope? What's your
Like you said, I love helping people.
yeah,
And that's now more so through this.
yeah,
So giving people an opportunity to talk about their struggles,
How
talk
good.
about a way that they can help people being a professional athlete,
perfect.
whatever it is. If
Yeah.
they're struggling to leave school and get into the real world, like I've had kids that have come on and talked about that.
It's a big deal now.
Yeah. Just if I can help anyone in any way through mental health, whatever it is,
Yeah,
giving them a voice. Everyone's got a story.
everyone has a story.
Some people don't want to talk about it.
Yep,
Giving people the opportunity to talk about it,
yep,
but also helping people be more confident in themselves by sitting down here and talking. One thing I want to do more so, and it's very hard to do, is people having cancer and people that aren't going to last much longer in their life. I want to give them an opportunity to sit down here and talk about their life, but it doesn't need to be released. It's just for their family.
yeah.
So that's something I want to try and
Wow,
do as well.
that's pretty powerful.
And it's not just for everyone to listen to online, but just when they do pass away, here you go. Here's a memory card with
Wow,
their life.
it's pretty.
That's
cool.
going to help people, and that voice is going to be there, even though they're gone. They can listen to whenever. I've talked to one lady about it. She lives in this street. She has stage 4 breast cancer,
Wow,
so she's not going to be around for much longer. And she's open to the idea. It's just her doing it.
yeah. It's an interesting one because my brother, he had melanoma.
Yeah.
and the last few weeks of his life are brutal.
Yeah,
But he fought right to the end. He never believed he was going to die.
yeah,
So they're always holding on to that little bit of hope that I can still beat this. So there's still something there that will.
It's like the lady that lives in this street. She's very positive. She's a lady that helps people with women in business.
Yeah.
And I loved when she met Amy and what Amy was all about. And she's like, I'm fucking going to go buy the Porsche. I'm going to fucking do this. I'm going to do that. Like, I don't give a fuck. I know I'm going to die, but I'm going to fucking enjoy myself before I do.
But that's it. Life's too short.
Yeah,
Life's
exactly.
too short. You've got to, because tomorrow's not promised.
Yeah.
It's not promised to any of us. And, you know, if cancer can take out my healthy, fit brother who wasn't a sunbaker, who was olive-skinned, who was absolutely the last person in the world, do you think that would happen to?
Yeah.
You know, and even in policing, the crashes, the suicides, the murders, it's not promised to us. So
No.
You've got to make the most of it. You've got to
So true.
enjoy what you can. And, because life is so short.
You need to make the most of it at the end of the day.
100.
Listeners, as everybody knows, I wear Frontrunner on every episode of the Mayaraki podcast. Frontrunner is an Australian streetwear label dedicated to crafting the highest quality apparel available in the market. Whether you're chasing PBs, chasing the kids, or just chasing the weekend, Frontrunner has you covered. I've been wearing their stuff on and off the mic, and honestly, it's the kind of fits that make you feel like you've got your life together, even if you don't. Check them out at frontrunnerau.com or follow them on socials at frontrunnerAUS, because if you're going to run your own race, you might as well do it looking good. Let's go. 5 guest questions that everyone gets.
Yep.
The first one is, do you have a party trick?
Yep. It's pretty gross.
What is it?
I have like really long toes,
Okay.
and my nephew calls them tingers
Okay.
because they're like toe fingers. I can
You
pick
don't
up
need to put them on camera,
Yeah.
but can you show me at least?
I can pick up a tennis ball.
Oh, wow, they are.
I can pick up a tennis ball with my
With
toes
your-
and throw it.
Wow. And throw it.
Yeah. I have big feet, big swimming feet.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, for a girl that
They
my
are
feet are
very
huge.
long. You should start a, what do they call
Foot
it?
fetish site.
Yeah. You'd make some money off
Oh,
that.
you probably could. But yeah, size
Would you do
11
it?
feet. Never thought of it. anything's possible. Never say never.
Correct. Everyone has a price.
Yep.
Whatever it is.
And I'm cheap.
Hey, you have to pay for the court.
Yeah.
Somehow. Your feet might get you there. You might be able to buy another boat.
Because there's a lot of creepy foot fetishes out there.
There's fucking so many.
Oh, wow.
Amy and I joke about it when we have like a client that comes in and wants something done like on their leg or something like that, and whoever's taking the photo, the other person bags out the person taking the photo. Oh, be careful, she's got a foot fetish, or or it's whoever is obviously not doing something fucking gets stitched up with the other person.
Crack up.
And I feel uncomfortable every time she says it, and she does too, because so many people have that fetish, but the client has no idea we're joking every time we say it.
It's funny, eh?
And very rarely I feel uncomfortable about anything, but that's one thing that definitely does. This one acts more so to a lot of sporting people I've had in here, but everyone's got a famous person that they either know or talk to or have met or is in their phone. Who's the most famous person in your life or has been in your life?
Probably Con.
Okay. You had the rugby union player as well.
Yeah, he's in my phone.
Black, yeah. Anyone other than those two?
Oh, just a bunch of different rugby players. That,
yeah, lovely.
But there's a couple of different sort of social media personalities who are just growing here in Australia at the moment that I've had a little bit of contact with, so which is pretty cool, just sort of through Messenger and that, which is neat. So,
don't want to name any?
Afterwards. I'll tell you afterwards.
Would they sit on the couch? Are you close enough for them to sit on the couch?
One of them, maybe. I don't know. One of them's absolutely brilliant. So I'll let you know after the fact. He's phenomenal. Like, he's absolutely exploded on the scene the last few weeks, months. So, yeah, he would be elite to get on here.
If he can do it. Is he based on the Gold Coast? No. We'll get him here.
Yeah.
How good. What's one thing you can't live without?
Family.
Yeah, lovely. Love that. This one will be interesting. Don't lie to me, please. I love that little smirk. Have you ever sent a nude to the wrong person?
No.
No.
Never.
Been with Con for too long.
Yep. Yeah, but prudish? I'm a little bit prudish, but 100% no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prudish in meaning you're confident in yourself and you're...
Just the fear of if I lost my phone or lost something or anything like that, it would be...
You'd be a little bit worried?
Yeah. There's that side of just, knowing my luck, if I did it, it would, not only would it be found, it would be plastered everywhere. So no, I've never...
But you've taken them?
No, can neither confirm nor deny.
If that's not a police answer, I'm not here. We've all taken them, let's be honest.
I'm blushing.
You are. And the last one, your best one you've probably had it used on you a fair bit or you've heard, best pickup line.
Oh.
Here we go. What Con use on you? Or what was what was the one that you laughed at in your head?
No, this one reminds me of my brother.
Okay.
He was the one that's still alive. The one that's still alive. He it's stupid. It's so stupid, but it just cracks me up because years and years ago, we're in just bar having, drinks. It was just a party night. I'd sort of bumped into him, so we were hanging out for 10 minutes or so, and he'd said to this girl, like in New Zealand we say dance, we don't say dance.
Yeah.
And this is so inappropriate and so wrong.
Please say it.
But he'd said to me, he goes, watch this, and he was going to ask this good-looking girl to dance. Yeah. And then if she was going to say no, he had a line if she was going to dance her, he'd go and have a boogie, but it was just purely to get a reaction. So he went up to her and he goes, do you want to dance? And she looks at him and he goes, do you want to dance? And she goes, no. And he said, no. I said, you look fat in those pants.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I was just like, so.
And then he got slapped.
Yeah, so, I mean, you have a dance and, you know, you're good, but then
try and get in her pants.
Your recovery line said, no, you look fat in those pants. So either way, you're coming out on top as the dude.
You were more confident.
So it was totally bad, but it just made me laugh so much. Yeah, stupid classic pickup lines, you know, the angels and the stars. And
Or this one. What's this?
What?
Boyfriend material?
That's bad.
Or the other one, all the people that listen to my episodes are like, fuck, you've used these so many times.
So I like your clothes up. I look even better on my floor.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
If my right leg was Easter and my left leg was Christmas, would you come visit me between the holidays?
Okay.
That's very straight to the point.
Yeah.
Hey, it'll either work or it won't.
You can see Con was smooth. He didn't need a pickup line.
It was just him. There you go.
Yeah.
Funny, I'll tell you the one I used on my ex-wife was I waxed dolphins at SeaWorld.
Oh, yeah.
Worked.
Really?
Yeah, it worked. Took her home that night.
Wow.
I was on the Sunshine Coast, so it kind of made sense.
Wax dolphins.
At SeaWorld, yeah.
Okay. Like rip wax or surfboard wax?
Like make them shiny.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Was it actually true or was it just a...
Definitely not. I'm like kind of like if I could be very confident and talk.
Oh, he can sell.
Anything.
He could sell ice to an Eskimo,
Yeah,
that
I'm the
lad.
same.
And you know, we say half of what he says is bull, the other half is shit.
Yeah.
So it's,
So true.
yeah, he can deliver it, and you're like,
Very convincing.
is it? Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I want to say thank you so much for sitting on the couch. What you've talked about today is a little sprinkle of your life, but there's a lot that we talked about, and what you've dealt with in your life and what you are continuing to deal with in your life, you should be very proud of.
Awesome. Thank you.
Because of who you are right now, you come across as a very strong, independent, I know you have Con, but very strong, independent woman. And you weren't that person not too long ago. So to be where you are today, you should be very proud.
Awesome. Thank you.
And I hope we continue this relationship of just meeting today, but I'd like to involve myself in your life a bit more because Con's a lovely person, and if that's through the tattoo shop or whatever it is.
Yeah, 100%. Well,
We're very close to each other. I'm guessing you live pretty close to where we do, so
most likely, yeah, most likely.
But
no, it's been fun. Really enjoyed it.
I appreciate it. And that's 3 hours of your life.
Crazy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Love you. Bye bye.
This has been another Pod Perfect production.